goodness, this game is so far, bro. Guys, I have something to tell you.
Eligible within the first.
Go all the way back here.
Okay, time to start my first day of kindergarten. Already got the first day fit ready to go. I laid it out last night, baby.
Kindergarten.
One last thing. Yeah. Welcome to class, Nick. Excuse me one moment. Attention, students. This is your new professor speaking. You may refer to me as Professor Extension. Now, I heard about this school. I heard there's a lot of bad apples. Lots of bad students. And I'm here to rectify that. Starting with any student caught in the hall without a hall pass, you will be terminated on site.
On
When you
site.
speak
On
to
site.
me, you say Professor Extension, sir. Don't forget the sir. I'm also very familiar with your Gen Alpha slang. See, there will be no skibbity toilets in the bathrooms, okay? I don't want to see no risen to huz in the hallways. I don't want to hear no W-twin, no gang, no nothing. If you use the word tough and I see you spell it T-U-F-F, expulsion, you will be gone from this school. Do you hear me? Excuse me. No Gen Alpha slang here. Now let's have a good semester. You hear? Sorry about that. Just had to welcome the new students. See, I'm the new professor here at this school. I'm trying to get everybody in order. Welcome to your orientation. Let's meet our new students. My. It has been a rambunctious morning. I haven't even had my coffee yet. And I do like my coffee black. Before we get started, I'm gonna pass it back to Corey. You see, he has a very special announcement. Corey. Hey guys, it's me. Guys, I have a very important announcement.
Very.
The announcement is
Very.
Monsters We Make Mondays.
Monster.
Corey, where's the graphic?
Elliot said he was gonna finish it today.
Ah, freak. Okay. Guys, Monsters We Make Volume 2 is here. Kind of. Listen up. On the website right now, monsterswemake.com, you can go there, pre-order Volume 2. Look at this cover art. Welcome to Vector 1. See, you're gonna meet these characters. People that read Volume 1, you already see who's at the bottom, okay? We got our boy Han. We got our girl Allison. September in the cut. Our MC Jabari, and of course, cool, smooth Liam. But you're asking, yo, who are these characters up there? See, that's Vector 1. You're gonna have to read. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that man right there, his name is Wraith. He's gonna be a problem. Before I expound upon Monsters We Make Mondays, for the first 24 hours, all U.S. customers will have free shipping. That means you pay $12.99, that's it. Free shipping for the first 24 hours. Number 2, for the first 48 hours after you see this, all orders have a chance to be hand signed. I'm doing this for every volume. 777 copies will be hand signed. Last time I did the first 777 orders, but some people were at school, some people were at work. It wasn't really balanced such that everybody could get a chance to get an autographed copy. However, this time, all orders are eligible within the first 48 hours. So let's get back to Monsters We Make Mondays. Monsters We Make Mondays is our new format. Every Monday, we will be releasing a chapter of Monsters We Make. However, our schedule is going to be 3 on, 1 off. So for 3 consecutive weeks, you get new chapters. And then for the 4th week is going to be our rest week, but you still get some form of Monsters We Make content, whether that be Q&As, behind the scenes art, any of that. So make sure that you are following the Monsters We Make Instagram and Twitter/X accounts. After the first volume came out, we instantly realized this cadence is not going to work. I did not want to come back to you guys every 4 to 5 months with a new volume. I wanted to increase the cadence, the relevance, the prevalence of Monsters We Make to be top of mind. And the best way to do that is to give you guys content every single week. Now, I want you to know my team has been going crazy. They are rock stars, every single one of them. Corey, Andrew, Elias, and I also hired in new artists. Jodis, V, Ash, Kai, Third. Like, I want y'all to know the art from volume 1 to volume 2, the art has literally 2x'd, maybe even 3x'd in quality. I want y'all to understand how serious this project is to me and my team. Shout out Robbie, Vince, Dan, like shout out everybody who is working on this daily. We are fully determined to deliver a great, beautiful story with fire action and fire horror and, God willing, a fire anime. I have not stopped. That is the ultimate goal. I'm not kidding. But until then, Monsters We Make Mondays has now begun. You can go to the site right now. Chapter 9 is free to read for everyone. You don't even have to purchase it. Chapter 9 is free to read. If you click on it right now, you get straight into it. However, next Monday, Chapter 10 will unlock, and the only way you could get access is if you buy the bundle, which includes the physical and digital edition. But this time, we're also selling digital edition only. I'm just saying, though, the physical edition, you should get that one. Physical books of Volume 2 ship in August, and I'm also working so hard to get these in store. I've been telling y'all about these meetings, distribution deals, publishing, all of this. Guys, it's been a lot. I mean, trailer stuff, anime stuff. I actually just had one of the coolest meetings ever, and you're not gonna see what this was until like couple months from now. But I'm just gonna say I got someone that I've been looking up to since I was a kid involved with Monsters We Make.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm freaking out. I was just telling Robbie how excited for this call that I was. And I'm like,
I can't tell you in what capacity, but it's gonna be freaking sick. So that's all I got for you guys. Pre-order Monsters We Make Volume 2 right now. Go read Chapter 9 right now. Matter of fact, let me show y'all a couple pages. I ain't gonna spoil nothing crazy. Alright, nothing crazy, but check out the art, guys. The team and I can't wait to see what you guys think. Please use the hashtag Monsters We Make and Monsters We Make Mondays on Instagram and Twitter/X. We will be using this hashtag for contests in the future, so make sure you're following our socials to learn more. Now that's enough about New Eden Academy. Let's get to our other school.
What's the Bioverse for today?
Cause my name is Corey Kinchin.
Damn, get this. Damn, what does that say? And he said, truly, I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Wow. Okay. Oh, Chips, the only chip here. Oh, thank you for the likes. I appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you, man. God bless. Appreciate you. Let's go to Twitter. Let's go to Twitter because Ashley, hold on. Yo, y'all remember these? Y'all remember these? Damn, bro. Them little fake ad cart, bro. The blind box addiction. Man, this is just another like Funko Pop addiction. That's really all it is. It's just an all new Funko Pop addiction. Yo, tell me why. Tell me why he ain't nothing but a egg. Tell me why he ain't nothing but a instinct. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Okay. You want to be sad and depressed? Let's watch this.
Odin Valhalla Rising. Now available.
Play the video, man.
Starter homes are disappearing from the United States. In the early 1980s, as many as 40% of the new homes built were considered entry-level. By 2023, just 9% fit the criteria.
Give it another 20 years, and literally no young person will be able to afford.
Yeah, we don't have to wait 20 years for that to happen because here in New York City, it's already happening. And while the prices for entry-level homes here start at around $200,000, for most people, living in these places becomes impossible after a year or two because spending that amount of money will only get you a one-room, one-person studio in most of the city, making New York a place that's quickly running out of room for most of its residents. And the worst part about this is nobody in charge seems to care if New York's middle class disappears permanently.
Manhattan real estate sales stalled for 2 years as buyers and sellers just remained too far apart on price. Now the sellers are caving. The average apartment price in Manhattan will now cost you only $2 million.
Yeah, a starter home used to be a smaller condo, a smaller space, and someone would upgrade maybe after 5 years as they get married or have a family and want to move. But now we're actually seeing that most people are buying their first home as a single family residence.
Rents have been steadily rising in New York City in recent years, but incomes have not kept pace. Median rents in New York City rose 18%.
A new survey reveals 85% of New Yorkers say the cost of food is rising faster than their income. Nearly half of the people surveyed say it's harder to afford groceries and find themselves cutting back on healthy stuff. Meats, poultry, fish, eggs are up nearly 25%.
Just thinking about all of the headwinds that a 30-year-old may have, like student loan debt and car loans and credit card debt, and then they have rising rent. And so it's hard to save for a down payment.
So if you thought homes in America were overpriced, here it's newsworthy when something hits the market for under $1 million. And what nobody's talking about is this unaffordability crisis. It's only going to get worse in New York because it's not just the home prices here that are forcing average people to leave the city. Literally everything in this city that has a dollar sign on it costs more here than it does anywhere else. Want milk? That'll cost you almost $10 a gallon. Deodorant? Get ready to fork over $20 to not smell like the rest of the city. Speaking of smells, if you're brave enough to take the subway to work in the morning and put your life on the line, that'll cost.
I mean, if you're buying Old Spice, bro, if you're buying deodorant and your first thought process is, I want to buy Old Spice, not only are your pockets burning, but you're burning as well. Your armpits will be burning. Okay? So you deserve to get fucked over if you're gonna buy Old Spice deodorant. Regardless if you can afford it or not.
You almost $3, all to work for a paycheck that in most cases will not cover your rent. Something 1 out of every 3 New Yorkers spend half their income on every single month, leaving folks with very few opportunities to save anything, let alone buy a place and build wealth. Something the middle class in America has traditionally done through home ownership. You start working, buy a home, and it builds equity, increases in value, and serves as your primary residence. At least that's how things are supposed to work. But here, that home you bought, it's a one-room apartment for one person only, and it could technically be a primary residence, but if you get married and your life expands in any way, you'll be forced to move out of that place faster than you can say eviction, which is essentially what's happening to New York City's working class. They're being evicted from this city by a series of economic factors that none of our wealthy, progressive elites think are actually a big deal. High apartment prices? Who cares about that when you've got a job sitting at a desk somewhere earning hundreds of thousands in income, which you can use to buy the overpriced eggs at our supermarkets without batting an eye. And if you have no desire to ever build a family or expand your life, living in a one-room apartment isn't a big deal either, and you won't need that $800,000 two-bedroom we just saw a news article about. And as you're about to see, anybody who wants to own something that's bigger than a tiny shoebox apartment here, they're gonna need a way to get filthy rich.
apartment like this in New York City will probably cost you like maybe like $1,850 a month. And like, look at it, bro. It's probably higher than that. It's probably higher than that. Give or take, it's probably higher than that.
Look at this place. It's like a labyrinth. And if you sleep in that bedroom and you're hungry, look at that. You can make yourself a snack right here. You got the stove and the fridge all in this one spot. That's pretty good. But renting this for $3,500 a month is way cheaper than buying it for over $800,000, which is the price of that other 2-bedroom. But this is what you'd consider to be a starter home or a starter apartment. It's the right size for somebody or a couple, maybe who are starting out professionally and don't have a whole lot of stuff. And traditionally, somebody starting out in the workforce would be able to scrape together a small down payment after a few years and get something like this. But if that's no longer possible and people are paying rent their entire professional lives, that really screws up what have been the traditional ways the working class has built wealth and taken care of themselves after they retire. And certainly this dynamic of unaffordable starter homes and homes in general isn't unique to just New York. It's happening everywhere.
The starter homes are disappearing from the United States. In the early 1980s, as many as 40% of the new homes built were considered entry-level. By 2023, just 9% fit the criteria.
Give it another 20 years, and literally no young person will be able to afford to purchase a home, period.
Yeah, so in New York City, you don't really have starter homes that someone starting out would be able to afford. In fact, anything that's getting purchased around here is probably getting purchased by somebody who is already of means. And the reason that this is such a disaster is because if you're able to own what becomes your primary residence and then sell it after a while, well, it means you'll be able to recoup what is the largest expense most people have, housing. Man, this is definitely a tight sink. This might be a starter home for somebody who just became old enough to start washing their hands by themselves. Man, look at this. My arms are stuck. But you know something? Every apartment in this city is like this to an extent, and you can either rent something like this or you can way overpay to say that you own something like this. But the problem of a lack of starter homes in this country, it causes a couple of problems. The first problem, obviously, is the whole dynamic of how people build wealth through home ownership instead of paying rent. But the second problem it causes is that eventually it'll push up rental prices beyond what most people can afford. And that's where we find ourselves in this city. We've now run out of affordable homes across the rental market and the sales market. And some people say things may be past the point of no return. And if you look across the street here, you can see the obvious problem here. We aren't building new buildings. All of these tiny little buildings here, they have to be replaced by the exact same thing if they ever fall down. And even though you could triple the amount of people living in each plot here if you just allow taller buildings, New York zoning laws do not allow that. And that's why most of the real estate that you find in this city looks and feels like where we are right now. However, the lack of new construction isn't the only reason why housing prices haven't gone down to what most people can afford. Sadly, there's a much bigger monster out there that's holding many people back financially, stopping them from owning homes, and it's probably not going to change anytime soon.
The premium paid to buy a home has increased sharply relative to renting over the past decade. The increases in home prices have also outpaced increases in wages, and the median age of the typical first-time home buyer has climbed to 38. That's up from age 29 in 1981.
So people used to buy what would be considered starter homes in their 20s, but now people are buying those same homes in their 40s, essentially. Now, one recent report has the average sale price of a home in Manhattan costing $2 million, which is just an insane amount of money. Well, let's say you're able to find one for $1 million. Here, I found one. It's got terrible pictures, which are shrunken down for some reason. But look at that, $999,000. And what do you have for a monthly payment? Well, you've got a mortgage payment, which is going to be around $7,000 a month, and then maintenance fees, which include taxes, of around $1,900 a month. $9,000 a month to experience home ownership. You could rent a home and take the other $5,000 plus a month that you're saving and invest that money somewhere else and get a return on that. Home ownership almost doesn't make sense for many people in New York right now, but because of the rental prices, neither does renting, unfortunately. Now, yes, you could drastically increase the number of starter homes here if you would build more of them. However, we don't just have restrictive zoning rules. We've got another problem. Look out this window here. Look at all these buildings packed up next to each other. There isn't any vacant land or any space to build new stuff. The only way to build here is up, and we're not allowing that for some reason. I guess we still want to be able to see the sky, which of course won't be possible if you fill up all the empty space we've got here with a bunch of skyscrapers. And if you were to do that, blocking the view of everybody that owns a home right now would devalue the price of their homes, revealing that people who already own something now are totally against the idea of newcomers to the home ownership game like me or you, which has a lot to do with why there's so much opposition to new home construction or taller buildings in general. However, New York City is so much further down the doom spiral of unaffordable home prices that it should be serving as a canary in the coal mine, so to speak, for other cities that don't want to build homes either. Only it isn't able to serve in that manner for itself for some reason.
Now new data backs it up. Rents have been steadily rising in New York City in recent years, but incomes have not kept pace. The Fiscal Policy Institute just released a report that found that median rents in New York City rose 18% between 2019 and 2023. During that same period, incomes only grew by just over 11%.
So the only way that incomes can rise slower than rents are rising is if you have a shortage of places to rent, which is where we are right now. We're actually in the worst housing crisis New York City has seen in the last 50 years. It's crazy. 1.4% of apartments are even available to be rented. And right now the average upfront costs to rent something are $13,000, an amount of money that would bankrupt most people. And what that creates is a situation where you have people who are stuck in an apartment where they might be paying too much to move, or where they might be missing out on certain aspects of life, but moving from that apartment would cost so much money that they end up staying there. And God forbid you lose your security deposit when you move. Oh man, that's an extra month of rent on top of that $13,000, and then the movers, I mean, you could be paying $20,000, revealing that everyone who rents here is a prisoner to some extent. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, if renting's a bad move and if housing demand is so high, why don't I just buy every place I live in? For example, if all I can afford is a studio apartment for a couple $100,000, if I've got the money for it, I'll buy it. Well, you could technically go and do that, but the problem is a one-room apartment might not be a place that you can live in for a very long time. And statistically, if your housing needs change within 5 years and you sell within that period, you'll lose money. And this rule is known as the 5-year rule. But here's why it doesn't always apply, especially in overpriced markets like New York. This is a one-room, one-bathroom apartment. It's a studio, and it costs almost $500,000. And if you look down here, the last recorded closing was back in 2016 for around the same price, which is what it's selling for today. Whoever bought this thing 9 years ago is gonna lose money on it. And even if they sell it for the exact same price, they still have to pay the broker's commission. They have all the costs of owning it, the carrying costs. And if the home you buy here doesn't go up in value, that could blow up all of your plans for financial freedom and wealth building for sure. But losing money on your primary residence, if that's the worst thing that happens to you in New York, consider yourself lucky, because now prices are so high that even buying the things that are supposed to go in the apartment and keep you alive while you live here is becoming impossible for most people.
2 for $24.
This is crazy. $2.49 for the basic Walgreens water brand. That is crazy. But it's not just Walgreens. Every store here that sells anything has prices that are much higher than most people expect. And in fact, they're so high that many people are having problems feeding themselves. And food insecurity is a real deal here when people are also trying to pay their overpriced rents.
85% of New Yorkers say the cost of food is rising faster than their income. Nearly half of the people surveyed say it's harder to afford groceries and find themselves cutting back on healthy stuff.
You know something? This sounds just like the housing market. 85% of New Yorkers report that the costs to buy food are rising way faster than they can afford, with things like cereals and baking products being 26% more expensive than they were in 18. Milk and eggs, those are up 25%. Fruits and vegetables, those are up 17%. And astronomical grocery prices are just another way the middle class here is being squeezed and forced out of this city. Basic apartments, those cost too much. Basic foods at the grocery store, those also cost too much. Now, food prices are rising due to factors that are related to the production of the very foods we're consuming, yes, but that's not the only reason prices are high in a city like New York. You've got other issues like theft, which causes a lot of stuff to get stolen. And if people are stealing their groceries instead of paying for them, that's just going to jack up prices. And 93% of grocers said they...
Which is a very, 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 very dumb decision. That's just going to cause people to jack up to steal even more. Like, how are you going to punish the people who can't afford shit by jacking? That makes no sense. That's just going to cause people to steal the products even more. Because I'm not paying $15 for fucking baby wipes. I'm not paying $20 for a gallon of milk. You're on meth, and I like, bro, like shit like that, like that's fuck. Shit like that, that's going to encourage people to steal.
Starter homes are disappearing from the United States. In the early 1980s, as many as 40% of the new homes built were considered
are rising due to factors that are related to the production of the very foods we're consuming, yes, but that's not the only reason prices are high in a city like New York. You've got other issues like theft, which causes a lot of stuff to get stolen.
Okay, y'all, we are going to watch something that I was kind of waiting for to happen. Oh, I gotta log in. Fuck ass. Okay, this is a little goofy.
Graduates, I want all of you to look to the person on your left. I'm serious, look to the person on your left.
I want to watch this live stream.
I met your girl, what a difference.
What you see in her, you ain't seen in me, but I can't see. I met your girl, what a difference. What you see in her.
There's a low tip if it costs $700 before I send this.
Chocolate chip cookie dough. So what will you actually?
There's a low tip.
Okay, I guess I gotta type it in. God is Glamorous. That's her name. She's doing a live debate on somebody. Oh, come on. I can't even watch it on desktop. Hey, Jizzle freak. Hey, Jizzle D. Oh, Jasmine's doing it. Okay. Jasmine Butch. This girl's doing it. She's doing the live stream. Okay.
Spirits, I talk about how we can talk about the Bible now where it talks about how witchcraft and sorcery and divination is not of God. So that's what I said. I've seen your videos. I don't think you're wicked or evil, and most people who are witches are not evil, but oftentimes they can be deceived because the Bible says in 2 Corinthians 11:14 that Satan masquerades himself as an angel of light. So I warn my followers not to dabble into witchcraft or use crystals for healing or any of these things, because it's what God speaks against. So that's the first thing that I wanted to bring up. Is there something that you wanted to rebuttal or say?
Yeah, there are a few things you just said there, so I'm going to try and dissect each one. Well, let me go back. When I said I was offended, that was I was not actually offended. I guess I meant more so in the sense of I thought it silly to worship crystals, or that Christians in general would believe that witches worship crystals.
Right.
And I understand the word worship to be a reverence to a deity, whether it be expression or devotion or whatever. It's normally in reference or connotation. Reverence being deep respect. I have a respect for things, but I wouldn't say I have a deep respect for crystals to where I put them on a pedestal like I would God or anything of that nature. Only demonic. Witches and demonic spirits. Witchcraft being seen as demonic would then inherently make me as a witch demonic because it's witchcraft. So I don't really see the need to separate those. I appreciate the apology. And I apologize if that's not what you intended and I misinterpreted that. The way that I see it based off how the words line up. Now, I would like to know, when you say witchcraft, what do you believe witchcraft is based off me? Like, how do I use it in my practice?
From what I know about witchcraft in the Bible, it's anything that is used to take the place of God, anything that you go to heal or to foretell the future or to tap into another power. That's anything that is used to take the place of God is rooted in witchcraft. And in fact, the Bible also says rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. So quite honestly, any type of rebellion is actually witchcraft. That's an actual scripture. So it can fall under a variety of different things. So if you wouldn't mind sharing, would you tell me what you actually do?
Yeah, so I am a celebrity spiritual consultant. So spirituality across the board, it's normally just helping people get a better understanding of who they are as they step out of the church or an organized religion. Now, when you say taking the place of God, what makes you think that I believe foretelling, even though there are prophets, Christian prophets, that foretell things? Why is that now different from me saying, you're not currently married, which I know, but there's in 6 months from now, you will be? What is the difference between a Christian prophet saying it and I saying it, or me saying it, if we say the exact same thing without any malice, without any harm, just a message to you? Why is it so demonic? Or better yet, why do you believe that me being able to foretell or having the ability to lay hands and heal is me putting something above God? Why do you not believe that I am being used as a vessel of God?
Right. That's so good. And thank you for asking that question. So what we believe in the kingdom of Christianity is that you both can prophesy, whatever spirit you're tapping into. So we prophesy by the power of the Holy Spirit, but there are also, and if you turn with me, if you want to look in Acts 16:16, there was a girl, she was a slave in the New Testament. She was a fortune-telling slave. And the Bible says that she was able to foresee the future through the power of a demonic spirit. So the Bible is clear that any type of divination, if you're not using and relying on the power of the Holy Spirit, it's a demonic spirit. So that is the reason why, that's why we call it. It says, now it happened as we went to prayer that a certain slave girl possessed with the spirit of divination met us, who brought her masters much profit by fortune telling. So if we are not getting that power from Jesus Christ, we're tapping into demonic power.
But that's her story. That's not my story. So again, why are you applying that to me when you haven't had access to me? This is your first conversation with me. Yeah. You didn't attempt to have any priors before making a video about me. Now, videos get made about me all the time. My actual chaplain, Kevin, him and I have very different beliefs as you and I do. but we have a mutual respect to one another. And he took the time to try to get to know me to figure out, oh, what's your background? How did we get here? Instead of making assumptions that I'm diving into something demonic. I started liking comments on your post, the first one, about being a church hurt pastor's daughter. Those are their assumptions that you are now adding fuel to.
I didn't say that. I never said that.
But you did like the comment. So liking the comment, engaging with the comment.
But I will say this: if I misrepresented you, I'm always humble enough to say I apologize for that. I'm not here to misrepresent. And I did take some time to look at your videos. So the thing is, like, when I made the videos I mentioned earlier, it was never meant for you to see. It was me addressing my audience. So now that you saw it, and I made the comment about speed, when I looked at your page, I was like, oh, hold up, this girl actually talks fast. So I was like, you know what? That actually wasn't a tactic that she was using. So although I meant what I said about speed, you were the exception, because I was like, wait a minute, this girl actually does talk fast. So if I misrepresented you in that way, please know I apologize. I'm here to understand you, but I'm also here to present truth as well.
I guess I'm a little concerned that I became the exception before you tried utilizing discernment or discussion to get to know me. Mind you, in my own video, I stated it is my trauma that I speak fast. I'm intentionally talking slower for your audience tonight because I don't want them to think that people like myself are trying to swindle them because we haven't quite learned how to slow down our own verbiage. So I do think that's just a little strange. I do want to know a little bit more about, again, why you believe I'm tapping into something demonic. What do you know about my story?
So Jasmine, I don't know your story. I would love to learn, but I don't. But why I said that is because we believe that the Word of God is truth. The Bible says in John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So we believe and we actually know that the Word of God is God-breathed, and that is our truth for everything. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So I don't know your story, but I do know that the Bible is true, and I can stand on that. So that is, regardless of what your story is, I don't know, but I do know that that's the Word of God is what I stand on.
So I could get into my story a little bit. I grew up very Christian, very religious. My father is a pastor. And at the age of about 11 or 12, our entire Sunday school group was having questions that our Sunday school group could not answer. And as time went on, more of us started having more questions that could not be answered. And I just felt like if God made me intelligent, my questions should not be the problem. So I tried to seek understanding outside of the church at the age of 21, 22. So a lot of people assume I'm just church hurt. The church doesn't bother me. I was still seeking out God. I still have a relationship with Christ. And these are things that you don't know about me. But you did just say something that I can't help but dissect now. When you said you know that the Bible is true, how do you know that?
Because it's irrefutable. There's no mistake.
How is it irrefutable? Or better yet, what makes it irrefutable?
It stands the test of time. If
What
you
would be the test of time?
have you found any errors in it?
Yes, that's why I'm asking. So
Okay.
when you say it stands the test of time, what would be a test of time?
Truth. So, like, if you come out, do you have any errors that you may have found in the Bible that you're like, this doesn't make sense, this is a lie? Can you bring some reason to that?
Yeah, I want to see if I want to have the free will conversation first, or better yet, just start with the history of the Bible. Do you know how the Bible was written?
I do know that it was written over thousands of years by specific prophets that were God-breathed. But again, I think we're getting off topic. I think we want to start on the agenda items. We didn't talk, the video wasn't about how the Bible was written, so that's why I asked if we can stay on topic. And then if we have any other questions or any other time to move forward, we can. But if you want to give us a lesson, we can. But then after, I would ask that we go back on, because that's the reason why we're here.
I don't think we're off topic. I think this helps me find out what you know and what you believe and what you understand. Questions help me form understanding. So sometimes the questions may not be directly connected to the video, but they help build up the points that you presented. So I'm dissecting those to see what it means to you. That way I understand why you presented it in that way. So saying that the Bible stands the test of time and the Bible is true, if you want to get back to the agenda, what point would you start with? Because I can keep looping all that together because they're always...
I mean, no, like we're seeking to understand each other. So if you feel like you really want to address that, we can. But I'm just saying the reason why you asked me to join is to talk about the video. And I mentioned before, if we need a part 2, we can totally do that. But if that helps you, then let's go for it. Let's talk.
Okay. So going back to the video, what would be the next point on the agenda?
So about worship, you mentioned you don't worship crystals. Another thing you mentioned is that we're Black first, Christian second. So any of those that you want to touch on, totally up to you. I mean, we're doing this together. So what do you suggest?
So I don't know if I really got the worship portion answered.
Okay.
Black first, Christian second. I don't think you have a different way of being. Now, I know they say that it is irrefutable, but that's just going to bring us back to the conversation we were just attempting to have about what makes it irrefutable. I need to understand how you support your claims, because if I were to say me using crystals is my free will, what would you say?
I would agree with you.
Okay. Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You want to talk about that?
Oh, I thought you were something else. I thought I cut you off.
That's your free will. No one's holding a gun to your head telling you not to do that.
Okay, so what makes my usage of crystals demonic or not of God?
Yeah, so I think I mentioned Exodus 23, where God says, "You shall have no other gods before me," and a god is anything that takes the place of Jesus. So I even speak with my Christian friends. Sex can be a god. Masturbation can be a god. Your husband can be a god. Your car can be a god. And you worship anything that is a god. So when you said, how is me using crystals demonic? It's because God is our great defender. He's our healer. He's a protector. And if you're turning away from the great defender, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, to heal you and to guide you and to protect you, you're tapping into another power, which is the God of this world, which is Satan. There's no other power. There's either the Lord Jesus Christ or the devil, who masquerades himself as an angel of light.
Okay, so that brings us back to the points that we were making earlier. If I stated that I'm not using crystals outside of the way that you told Christians to use crystals, which I had already stated in several videos, I'm trying to figure out what spirit were you using in order to try and talk about me? Because you came with the spirit of condemnation. And I know a lot of Christians know that they have the authority to judge as gods, which is why he says, "Ye are gods, but you will perish like mere mortals," due to lack of knowledge. And the gods in that is obviously lowercase g. He's not referring to us as being divine beings of his measure, but assigned beings of his judgment. So I'm trying to figure out what spirit did you use to discern, even though as you are sitting here now, you realize the discernment that you used or failed to use was incorrect in application to me. So going forward, how are you going to avoid accidentally misrepresenting people when you're supposed to be coming in love and discernment?
Thanks for bringing that up. So first of all, the video wasn't meant to discern. As I mentioned before, the video was to present truth. As I mentioned earlier, the video wasn't for you. So if it came off judgmental, that wasn't my intention. But the Bible also says in John 7:24, "Do not judge according to appearance, but judge with righteous judgment." So a lot of people say, "Who are you to judge?" Judge me. Judging is when you look at someone's appearance and be like, "Oh, if I see a girl with a short skirt, oh, she's a hoe." Or if I see someone driving a hoopty, "Oh, he's broke." That's judging based off appearance. But we are to judge righteously. And that's exactly what I was doing. And like I said before, if I offended you, that wasn't my intention, because as we know, the video was not for you. It wasn't for you to see. So if I offended you, that was not my intention.
Okay, I don't understand how a video could not be for me on an internet where everybody has access to it, and you attached my face. B, how could you speak truth without discernment when discernment is what helps formulate truth? 3, James 4:11 or 12 says, do not judge impartiality here, all things great and small. You did not do that. So you did judge impartiality, and I'd have to pull the scripture, but I know it says to use part of the law is to break all of the law. So you have...
We're not under the law anymore. Jesus came to fulfill the law. That's why we're under the New Testament.
Then why are you speaking of the law?
What did I speak of the law?
So the law is truth in accordance to you.
The law which you use in that scripture is regarding to the Old Testament. That's the scripture you're talking about.
So we're jumping back and forth between the Old Testament and the New Testament.
Yeah, because these are, even when we talk about...
You said Exodus, so Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus. I know the Old Testament.
Yeah, so
the Old Testament. So why are you speaking law if I can't speak law?
So, no, we can use the law, but the law is when we talk about it today, it's in regards to morality. Like the civil laws, the ceremonial laws, those have already been fulfilled. So in that scripture, you're talking about the law. That law encompasses civil law and ceremonial law as well.
No, he was speaking also on the law of God as a whole. Whatever God's laws, okay, so let's do this. Are the 10 Commandments still God's law?
They are, but the New Testament says that love fulfills the entire law.
Are the 10 Commandments Old Testament or New Testament?
Those are Old Testament.
Okay, so the law is still the law. And even Jesus, what is it? Let's see, I believe he refers to Psalms 82 in John 10:34. So going back and forth to the old laws, even though Jesus was present to get rid of the old laws, I think we're contradicting ourselves because the law is still the law.
The law is still the law. So what exactly is the point that you're trying to make? Because you asked me a question, so.
Well, you didn't answer the question that I did make. We ended up here.
Yeah. Can you remind me again? We're jumping over a lot of stuff.
I'm not even sure how we got off topic because you took a different direction, and I was trying to show you that it brought us back to the same points I was trying to get answered earlier. So if you want to go back into being black over being Christian,
we can talk about the black, like being black first and being Christian second.
I'd like to hear you expound on it, mainly because it was my statement. So I'd like to see how you feel.
Oh, yeah, I completely disagree with you. Okay. So you said being black first, Christian second. Jesus says, the Bible says that God knew us before we were even born. So before we had a skin color, we had an eternal soul. The Bible also says that man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So we can look at skin color all we want, but the Lord looks at our heart posture. And I did actually do some research about you, Jasmine, and you had this really dope podcast that you did, super awesome production, great job, by the way. You were talking about this same type subject about, at the end of the day, you're still a nigga, or whatever that is. I want to challenge you on that part because you're rejecting, or quote unquote, sometimes rejecting the word of God or rejecting this truth, but you take on the identity of a white man that placed this really awful name to us, nigga. Like, I reject that. Like, God calls me loved. He calls me chosen, adored, cherished, daughter of the King. This is why I rely on the word of God rather than man, because we'll take on the white man's or human's identity of us. You said that in your podcast. At the end of the day, you're still a nigga. And I reject that and reject that from you too, because you are valuable and worthy and you're not that. So what do you mean by we're black first and Christian second?
I mean, you are black first and then you are Christian second. You are born into this world black and then you become a Christian. Christian is something that is imposed on you. You are not born into this world a Christian. As an infant, you don't have the understanding of Christ. You don't have the understanding of really much of anything. So Christianity is something that you have to be taught. you know that you are black because that is something that's black people, most of us, let me not speak for all of us, most of us are taught that we are black first. Second, I don't see the reference between me and a white man because I use the word nigga as...
That's how the N-word came about, came from the slave masters.
And I understand where it came from, but church was something that was also due to slavery, and what did we do? We revamped the church. So why is the word something? And now we are off topic for sure.
Okay, well, let's get back on topic then about the blackness. Well, so I think here we just may have to agree to disagree because you said before Christian, but we had an eternal soul and God knew us by name before. So if you want to agree to disagree, we can totally do that.
I'd like to expound on that because you just said something beautiful there. He knew us before we were created.
Yeah.
So when you say he knew us before we were created, I know that is a scripture. Does that just apply to skin color, or does that apply to us in totality? Everything about us?
Everything.
So he knew when he created me, this is who I would be?
God has a perfect plan for us. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. There's a specific God-ordained path that we are on, but because we are inherently sinful, because we rebel, we can take another route. So I believe that God has a specific plan, but we can take a detour.
Alexa, off.
We can take a detour if we're living in sin or rebellion or deception.
Can we dissect that? God has a plan. God is all-knowing. He's omniscient, omnipresent. So how is it that I am inherently sinful when God is the author of sin?
Mm-hmm. God is not the author of sin. God is holy and righteous and just. The moment that we enter this earth, we are sinful. The Bible says that through one man, Adam, sin entered.
Listen, I understand I am creating God's image, but there's nothing wrong with discussing and talking about how, yes, in America, white people colonized African Americans and used slavery, and used Christianity for it. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. That is an actual fact. And it's also true that 50% of the Old Testament and 90% of the New Testament was stripped away when white colonizers during slavery introduced Christianity to Africans. The story of Moses was not in it. It's a real thing. It's called the Slave Bible. So that's basically what it is. But no, Christianity was in Africa way before it was in Europe. That is also a fact. So I think there's a lot of misconception on that, because slavery was horrible. It was an atrocity for the development of America. What happened then is still felt now. I mean, nothing has changed, and it does feel like things are getting worse. And I do rally behind all my true and powerful Christians out there. Oh shit, my. Beep boop. Okay. But yeah, it's a fact. White people did use Christianity to enslave black people in America, but that does not mean that black people didn't learn Christianity. That doesn't mean that's when we learned Christianity. That's just the fact. I mean, Jesus doesn't like racism. I mean, yes, we may live on this earth, but we are not of this earth. I understand that, but that doesn't mean that we're that we can't like call that stuff out. Like it's okay to call out racism. It's okay to call out systematic oppression. It's okay to call that out. It's okay to call out genocide. It's okay. That's all. It's not that really. It's not that hard to comprehend, really. Yeah, and another thing, I understand that us black people, we idolize our skin, but again, we may be in this world, but we're not of it. But that doesn't mean that we weren't taught to hate our skin color. It's not a bad thing to call out systematic oppression. It's not. It's not like it's okay to call that stuff out. I'm just saying that, you know. But whatevs. Whatevs. Whatevs, G. Whatevs. Yeah, you know, it's you know, Jesus tells us to feed the homeless and take care of the needy, but a lot of Christians don't like that. I'll just be honest with you. A lot of Christians don't like that. Just keep it above. And it's okay to call that stuff out. It's totally normal to call out genocide. You know, and like a lot of Christians are pro-Israel, which is kind of crazy. I understand the Bible does promise Jewish people their homeland, but that's like I don't understand how somebody can be like ethnically like a religion. I understand, like, there's a difference between religion, ethnicity, and nationality. I understand that, but, like, is your blood really tied back to that? I understand history, I understand what happened and all that. Almost ended the live. Yeah, man. You just gotta have faith in the Lord. That's all you have to do. Just hope things get better. Confessions of a Chick-fil-A employee.
So for legal reasons, I made this whole entire thing up. The title and thumbnail are clickbait. The story and any receipts I show are 100,000 million% fake, and I've never worked at Chick-fil-A a day in my life. I repeat, I have never worked at Chick-fil-A a day in my life, and this story is fake. So to all the people on Chick-fil-A's legal team watching this, thinking they're about to get a lawsuit out of me, just know you aren't. Because for the 1,000th time, I made this all up, and this story is fake. So this story actually took place this past summer, aka the summer before I went off to college. And being more than determined to beat the broke college student stereotype, I was hungrier for a bag than ever. And I'd heard through the grapevine that a Chick-fil-A pay was good. So of course I'm going on TikTok to do some research, but every other scroll, I was seeing employees having literal mental breakdowns over working there. And initially seeing this, I was just like, please, y'all just being dramatic and aren't serious about that. So of course I applied for the job.
Hold up, I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. also good.
You're using no scripture while answering her questions, though? That is true, because I'm not very knowledgeable about this topic.
This is a good Christian content.
And I said, how much money do you want to make? You said.
Okay.
It's also like, wait, we're not, the question is not talking.
This is a good guy to watch. A good Christian content creator. He just makes jokes about that are like Christian based.
Obligation to make sure that you don't partake in it. If you feel like when you're opening gifts under a Christmas tree that you're bowing down to a tree god, and that's your personal conviction, brother, go do it. It's okay. But to say that it's been traced back from pagan roots is simply not true. It's just not true. I'm not a historian. I don't understand any of this stuff when it comes to in detail. You're coming to the wrong person. You're on TikTok. I make jokes and I go like this. I don't have the answer. Go ask AI. You know what I'm saying? There's no attack on Naya by any means. But it's the people who think that you're supposed to be what's the word? You're supposed to know everything. I don't know. I make jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm letting you know this is questions. Questions opinion. Now, if I went to go study it and I gave you I would be able to, what's the word? Explain it in better detail. But I can't. Not right now. All right, bet. Lo, the astrology is why I started questioning. I love this, though. Thanks so much. Of course. All right. All right, let's keep it going. Yo.
Hello.
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm absolutely phenomenal. How are you?
I'm good. I have a question about different religion dating.
No.
No?
All right, go ahead. Answer. Give me your question.
Can I tell you like the backstory?
Yes.
Okay, so like last year I was dating this guy, and he's a Hindu. He follows Hindu, right? And I'm a Christian. So we were dating, and everyone was telling me no, you shouldn't date him, this and that. But I feel like you can. I feel like that you can still, date but not, like fall into their
It's tricky.
Okay, do you believe that there's one absolute truth?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe that to be Christianity?
Yes.
Do you find the values of Christianity to be the most, I don't know, the best ones to follow your life with?
Yes.
All right, so why are you going to date a Hindu guy?
I don't know. I feel like
Is he tall? Is that what it is? He's tall, he dresses nice, he smells good?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. You see what I'm saying? Like, we got to look past these things. My brother's Hindu. No, you shouldn't do it. Okay. I can give you the biblical terminology. Don't be unequally yoked. That basically means don't do that. You want to make sure that whatever you're striving towards, that person is running in the same direction as you. Not going to slow you down.
Yeah.
And don't flirt to convert. All right, don't be like, but I can fix him. I can change him. Let him do his thing. You invite him to church, you keep your distance. Stiff arm, Heisman, us. And you good.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Take care.
Have a good day.
All right. Okay. We do one or two more, and then I gotta lock into life.
All right, man.
Hey,
Yo, what's going on?
I think you're super funny. So I'm Christian Ethiopian Orthodox. So
A lot of syllables.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff you say is true. I worked as an actress in LA. And everything, the majority of your jokes is funny. And you just got to keep the faith. So I'm pre-denomination, right? People don't want to study ancient Christianity. They're confused to why we acknowledge saints and all of that. And it's just hard because God, tell the truth, right? I worship Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior.
I think she said ancient.
What's your question?
Yeah.
I'm a little confused. Is there a question attached to this?
I did have a question. It's funny, and you keep telling.
Yo, I think she said ain't shit. Yo.
No, like I tell jokes in Ethiopia and like, okay, so my thing to you is.
Okay. No, but I really think she. Well, this was 7 months ago.
So when a client comes to us with an ask to launch an influencer marketing campaign, the process is pretty streamlined. So what we'll do is we'll get into the Popular Pays platform, start to build out a brief. Creators and influencers metaphorically raise their hand and say, I'm interested in partnering with your brand.
So I pull up to work. I'm like 3 minutes late. They already in that morning meeting. As soon as I walk in, I feel the tension in the air. Like, it's thick. I'm looking around the room. As I scan the room, I see the faces. So I was like, all right, something had to happen or been said to make people look the way they do right now. So they finish the meeting. We head to work. So my guy pulls down on me. Skirt. He say, hey, bro, can I holler at you real quick? So this brother, he the type to sit back and watch you. Try to figure out, you know what I'm saying, what type of person you is, you feel me? Give you a couple weeks. If you know you're up his alley, he'll come mess with you. If you're not, then he keep it pushing. He don't, you know what I'm saying, no cut card. So, good brother, principle, morals, right is right, wrong is wrong. That's what he stands on. He don't deal with nothing else like bruh is righteous. So, we go ahead, we begin to work. He pulls down on me. When he pulls down on me, hey, bro, can I holler at you about something? So, I'm the type, I really think people, you know, gravitate to me because I'm the voice of reasoning. I'm not going to sit here and feed your ego. You get into it with somebody or supervisor, manager, and you talking nonsense. You like, hey, well, I swear if I catch him outside of work, this, that, and the third. You know, most people looking for the person that's going to say, yeah, heck yeah, man, go ahead. When you catch him, man, go beat him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff him under a car or something. Some of the most tragic stuff. But that's not me, you feel me? I try to make it make sense, you know. You lose your job. Think about the people it's going to affect, your family. You know how that goes. So I'm that person. So when he pulls down on me, he begins to chop it up about, you know, the stuff that's going on around the job. So, you know, people, they need to vent a lot of times, and I be that guy. I don't mind because I understand
hey, bro, what's that gunshot?
Who I am as a person, and, you know, why people gravitate to me. So he running stuff down, and he pretty much, you know, he's saying how, you know, they can't get over on him because, you feel me, he a man first, and this, that, and the third. And bruh says, a man don't start learning himself until he's 30. And he was hinting to, because I already know his age, I'm 34, he like 35 or 36. And when he said, a man don't start knowing himself until he's 30, and he pretty much was like, I'm a man, like, don't play me, I know myself. And, bruh, after he begins to walk off, listen to me, I'm like, I say, hold up, bruh. A man don't get to know himself until he's 30. He's turning back and he's looking. Now, at this point, I am in the middle of the floor. Bruh, that's powerful, bruh. Bruh, you don't know how powerful what you just said is. I'm 34, my journey, bruh, to get to this point, I'm telling you, I didn't really start learning myself until I was 30. I've been single over 5 years. About 5 years. I've been abstinent from, you know, adult activities for over 4 years. And in between this time of 30 and now has been the most productive, the most getting to know oneself. Like, this is the most I've ever got to know myself in being single. This is the most I've ever got to know myself. Like, know what I like, what I don't like, what I want out of a relationship, what I accept from people, who deserving of things. Like, this is the time in my 30s of me learning myself. When he said what he said, I said, man, I need to get, and this wasn't even a video I originally wanted. This is not the content that I wanted to push out today, but I said, man, that just burnt off a hole in my side. Like, and a lot of us, they, just like the saying, you know, and this is gonna be a whole nother video. Men don't hit that financial peak until 40, 50 years old. That sounds real. That sounds so true, for the simple fact, because of all the success I've gained at being in my 30s, single, and just grinding and, you know, focused, not allowing things to, you know, take my attention or take me off my path. And don't get me wrong, like, bro, it's difficult. It's definitely difficult, but when you're, so in your 18, excuse me, you can't mind me, because I'm trying, that banging got my mind a little twisted, but
yeah, twisted.
When you 18, shoot, 16, up until your 30s, we spend a lot of time, we waste a lot of time, you know, partying. And now, kudos to my young men that actually is ahead of the game, you know. But a lot of us, we lack the support. We lack the, you know, the father figures and, you know, the people that's supposed to, you know, guide us in the right direction, to know these things. So it might hit us at a later date, a later time, or, you know what I'm saying, a later age. But then some people can get the knowledge, they can have a whole support system, you know, whole family structure at home, and it's you know, real solid. And, you know, you're going to have guys that's, you know, more advanced than others. But that's it for this video. I hope this content helps somebody in any way, shape, form, or fashion that it could. And I'll see y'all in the next one.
Welcome once again to Could Have Been Right. We in Philly. Boy, they've been waiting on this one. We almost shut the city down again.
Everybody, you go back up. Who the f you talking to, boy? Some fat. All right, you got it, man. What's going on here?
You know.
Hey.
Wow.
But we work with police. We come prepared.
Brave soul coming in here with that energy. Oh, yeah, that's a crackhead. Stomach's ashy. Oh, well, I didn't know it was going there. Are you a stud or you just a young kid?
I'm a 20-year-old boy.
This could have been records, baby. You live or you die by this. Let's tone it back a little bit. Yep. Oh, wait, whoa. Guys.
Drewski!
You don't do no sneak.
Hell no, I'm just bodylicious.
Is you gangster, is you streeter, is you not? Let's get it out of here. Oh, okay. Sit, boy.
Oh, damn.
You want to be a dude? We're going to treat you like one.
Wait. Hold up. If you want more episodes like this or any TV shows Drewski related, go subscribe right now. Yes, right now. Hi, let's get into it. Let's see what Philly got.
What's good?
Okay, off bat, this is a extravagant build here. This, a little bit of your coochie falling out. Right
Let it fall out, baby. Everybody can.
Just a piece of it.
That is protected. The stomach protecting it.
A little nibble of the coochie.
Don't worry about it. The stomach protecting. I'll save a piece for you.
Well, that's going to cause a yeast infection at some point.
It ain't gonna cause no yeast infection. Fat protect fat.
All right. What's the reason for the Kool-Aid
Oh,
jar?
because I'm sweet ice.
Oh, okay.
And everything about me is sweet.
Well, Not everything.
Well, you don't know. You ain't tasted yet, but I'm known for stirring the tea.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what is that? What is that?
I'll rap.
Oh, all right. Let's hear it.
You talk about this and you talk about that, but you don't talk about that money that you never pay me back. Just a big giant ball full of negativity.
Well, there's
Keep
a
the
big
drama
giant
in the
ball
room.
down there
Keep
I
it
wanna
far
talk
away
about.
From me. Every time you in the room, everybody get mad. Because you always
Just
stirring
wanna-
gossip, which is childish and sad. Online, your profile
could
is the
just-
hostess with the mostest. But real life, your life is filled with no Justin Donald. Yo, keep serving that tea. Keep serving that tea. Keep serving that tea. While your eyes on me, yo. Keep serving that
No,
tea.
my eyes is on
Keep
the-
serving that
on the
tea.
coochie lip.
Keep serving that tea. While your eyes on me,
No,
yo.
my eyes
Keep
is-
serving that tea. Keep serving that tea. Keep serving that tea. While your eyes on me. Keep serving that tea.
Oh, yeah.
Keep serving that tea. Keep serving that tea. While your eyes on me.
Just wanted to grab a little bit of that lip. Just wanted to flip that lip back up in there. Kind of like a thong she had on. It's a coochie thong she had on.
But guess what? There's a lot of good stuff under that stomach. Sweet ice, baby.
Do you be sneak?
Hell no, I'm just bodylicious.
You don't do no sneak.
No, hell, that's not my cup of tea.
What up? That's a woman. That's a woman, y'all.
I'm a woman. There are titties right here, baby.
They said he got the.
Y'all didn't see the titty balls?
They said that's the wrong guy. No, that's not a guy, guys.
That's a woman.
That's a full
I'm a
woman.
pretty handsome woman.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. It's all good. Yeah, let's get him the out of here. He's obviously confused. let's get him out of here. Thank you, sir. We got the wrong guy. He's not mic'd. Oh shit, yo. Nonchalant. He don't give a. Let's get him out of here.
Sure.
Why the you got your hands in your pockets? You too cool for this shit or something?
I'm not too cool.
Nigga too cool to get money. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga too cool for opportunity. Out of here. Nonchalant. He don't give a. Let's get him out of here.
Sure.
Why the you got your hands in your pockets? You too cool for this shit or something?
I'm not too cool.
Nigga too cool to get money. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga too cool for opportunity. Out of here. Well, who's the cadet right here?
Right here?
No, the platoon. Yeah, the head of the platoon right here.
Yeah, he the head. Yeah, he.
What's your name?
Hey, Yasin.
Yasin. All right, Yasin. How many years you served?
Like 10.
10. Damn, how many years you been on Earth? You served out the wounded. Where they station you at?
Fort Knox.
Okay, somebody's lying. Where'd they really station you, bro?
Fort Knox.
Let's get him out of here. Appreciate it.
All my homies dogs, all my friends dogs, everybody I know is dogs. If you're not consistent and dedicated in what you're doing, get from around me. How I expect you to believe in me if you don't believe in yourself?
This nigga think he wallow. We already got a wallow out here in Philly, nigga. You gonna have to find something else to do.
What's up?
What's up, bro?
Depot, how you doing today?
What's up? What's up? What happened?
What's up, me?
How y'all been?
We been good.
That's good. That's
You looking real nice today, too. Now, I mean, I want to be honest with you because a lot of times these record deals is different. Back in the day, Gilly signed a record deal with Cash Money for 8 Ball and $2,700.
An 8 Ball and what?
$2,700. Booger sugar. Hey, man, listen, man. D-Ball, you did great. You going to the next level.
Okay, period. It ain't
going to the
nothing.
next
Ain't
level.
nothing. Period.
Appreciate you. Send on the drill, man.
Oh, okay. Oh, you ain't got no shit. All right, well, what's...
Okay.
Yeah. So, just off bat, the stomach's ashy. What?
My stomach ashy. So you don't like me?
No, that ass is assing.
Oh, all right, period.
Ass nice. She don't got no ass.
I'll throw that motherfucker
She don't got
on
no
the grill.
Yeah.
You got hips like Shakira a little bit. Do that little hip thing he did. Oh, okay. I like that. Oh, it was hiding. That's what it was. It was hiding back there. Yeah, just come sign this right here.
All right, man.
All right, so don't pull them pants up. They dragging.
How about
on
you
the
pull them up for me? Pull them up for me. Pull them up for me.
Girl, what the?
And none of these bitches really on shit, and I'm really her. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Signed.
Okay.
You could probably put the pen between your ass cheeks and sign it like that.
Hold on.
I want to see if we can read it, if it's legible. Yeah, put it right down, man, like that.
Oh, the table's too high. I'm too short.
Damn. All right. Just sign it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That bitch walked out of here and said, What, she got a pair of Crocs on? All right. Are you of Asian descent?
I'm half Mexican.
Half Mexican, half
White.
Asian.
Italian.
Oh, half Mexican, half white.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Or
okay,
Italian,
that's
I
what's
guess.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your white dad or?
My dad's Mexican, my mom's white.
Oh, okay. Your dad good?
Yes. Well, he unfortunately is deceased, but yes.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not a blonde, but I'm slim like Shady. Nah, I'm playing, I be thick up in the hips. He just looking for somebody
Yeah,
he
when
can
you
trick.
say thick up in the hips, is
Yeah.
it just hips you thick up in?
I would say so.
Okay, just hips.
Yeah, I think so.
Not the,
The what?
well,
The backside?
yeah, is it?
Maybe, I guess.
All right. Yeah, let's go. Appreciate it. Nah, the raps is hard. It ain't about that.
Thank
It's
you.
not about that. I just wanted to see. Oh, yeah. It's definitely just in the hips.
When you say you're thick up in the hips, what hips are we talking about?
What the is that? There's no way that's real.
Wow.
Okay, these crackheads out here got all type of shit.
So,
Can you bring that right here? Just put it right here on the table. Is that a lizard?
it's an alligator.
It's a what?
Alligator.
Oh, hell nah.
He good, baby.
Sit, boy. Sit. Can you show us some tricks of what it does?
Got you.
I held I held
Stay.
a baby. I think I held a baby alligator.
Open your mouth.
You done trained that
He's
little
speaking. See, he's speaking. Speak.
Oh.
You know I got you.
Make him do it again.
Do it again.
Well, you forcing him to do that. That you didn't train him to do. He's telling you that hurts. You're choking
No,
him.
that tickle.
He's being choked by the string.
It tickle. See that? It tickle.
How long do you plan on keeping this thing?
You know, till all the acting and everything take off, man. We
Well, I
about
don't
to get.
think he wants you to be in it. I think you should let him free, man. I don't think.
Let him free. I can let him rock. Somebody
Well,
gonna catch you?
not in here.
All right, no, he good then. He good right now in my hand. He good. I got you. But yeah, until you know that money, that bag come, you know, and I bring you some bag too.
Well, let's go.
And that bag come and I get you a.
Yeah, well, we're gonna call Peter.
We'll call Pete. Oh, you gonna give me a. You think you can do this to me? I'm pinning cases on all you motherfuckers.
Stay down, gotta stay with my tool. Niggas faking ain't want you to lose. That week breaking the rules. On Mary Jeans, I ain't wearing no shoes. 4 niggas strapped down in a Wraith. Bitch, look up, you see space.
Hey, 4 strapped down in a Wraith.
In a Wraith.
Like what straps you talking about? Which
You
ones
know.
you speaking on?
Both. I just had one on. You feel me?
Let's get him out of here.
Ah.
Cause we gonna treat you like how you wanna act. We gonna treat you how you wanna act. Hey, rough that nigga up. You wanna be a dude? We gonna treat you like one. Get him out of here, all right? You guys are the owners. Glad they left is right. Yo, let me get a monster real quick. This shit getting stupid, man. I needed that. Need a little energy. Need a little spike up in that juice. Ah.
Yourself.
Damn.
Put yourself first. You like that?
I like that, yeah.
You got a nice smile.
You got the voice of a horse.
A horse?
No, I'm saying you sound a little bit hoarse. If you could get your voice. Love. I was saying you sound hoarse. Yes.
No, I don't.
Love.
Love.
Yeah, let's get it out of here. Thank you, Mama. It's been real. Yeah, man.
A-Town. A-Town, how you doing, man?
I'm blessed.
Too blessed to be stressed.
I tell them birds konnichiwa. That's what they gonna say A-Town up in the spot. Wah, 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 wah. Check out my
whoever
wrist.
makes it here,
Check
whoever
out the
makes it
time.
here.
Bang supply. Oh, I'm about to fly. Wah, wah, wah.
Whoever goes here, that's what we signing.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Not all the time, but
Listen,
most of the time.
Take it easy on him, man. There's a lot of blocking going on in the music business right now, and I just think he need a shot.
Okay, who pooped you out? This.
Oh.
All right. this nigga think he won something. All right.
Yes, I definitely won the blessing.
Oh yes, you are blessed. What's your name?
A-Town.
Okay, A-Town. Oh, I done heard about you. You done grewed up a little bit. You was like 16 at one point on Instagram, wasn't you?
No, I was in my 20s, early 20s.
Oh, you just look like it.
Yes, I'm older now. It's amazing.
How old you is now? 52?
I'm 31.
Oh, okay, yeah. What's your height?
4'8.5".
Oh my goodness. A-Town.
Nah, that's some real shit. And I don't know why they laughing, because at the end of the day, see.
Blessings won't come if we laugh at people.
Yeah, blessings don't come from that.
Mm-mm.
How much you looking for?
10 million.
Are you out your ass mind?
But you asked for a number,
well,
right?
You're right. No, you got it. I'll write it down. Spell million. Just spell million.
Bye, everybody.
This is the most fun I've had winning up to 25 times this season. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats.
Oh my
Place your entry.
goodness.
Testing my skills on Prize Picks this season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $1,000 into $25,000 in just a few taps. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types is what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. I'm always going 6 for 6, less or more or less. It don't matter. I always win my picks, man. I know picks. I know this stuff like the back of my hand. I'm gonna get my bang for my buck, regardless. Sign up using promo code Drewski. Deposit and place your first lineup for $5 or more, and $50 in promo funds will appear in your account instantly. Win or lose, that's $50 guaranteed no matter what. That's code Drewski for a free $50 bonus when you place your first lineup. Prize Picks. Daily fantasy sports made easy.
What up, yo?
What's up, bro? What's your name?
My name Archive Anonymous, hottest artist out of Philly. I'm Puerto Rican, so I'm trying to turn up for my people, for my city, you know.
I want you to get right to it, because you look real, I'm telling you, you look real celebrated. And you look like you're really celebrating.
What that mean, man? Celebrated, man.
No, like when you in the joint, you see somebody that look different or whatever, they look like they celebrating something. But I don't really, I'm trying to find out what he's celebrating.
Lock in twin, lock in twin, lock in, yeah. I ain't come to lose, little bitch, I came to win, yeah. I ain't come alone, I came with my best friend, yeah. She thought she see my no, that's just my fan, yeah. My name is Archive, don't forget I'm still that kid, yeah.
Hold up. That shit was nice, man. But I got something better for you. Gil, give him a verse.
It get deep when you look in the eyes of men. Deep. I grew up in the lion's den, where you choose sides and you side with them. And even if them niggas wrong, you ride with them.
Old Selly grabbed me like that. And
I know, he made love to you.
It didn't
too.
turn out right. You going to the next level.
Going to the next
You ready?
level. Appreciate you, man. We gonna tell Drewski about you,
Oh,
man.
Sully
All love.
Gray grabbed you up.
He on your day, brother.
I grabbed you up.
He going to the next levels of life.
He's a bad mother.
He's a BMF bad motherfucker, man.
Oh.
Drewski.
What's good,
On the
I get it. I
Anonymous.
get it. I get it now.
Sorry.
I get it now. New York has Tekashi Tentacion, whatever his name is. Tekashi 6ix9ine. What the fuck? I just mixed exactly Tentacion with what am I doing? So in New York they got Tekashi 6ix9ine, and in Philly we got this nigga. Tekashi's Mexican and he's in New York, and then Bulls
You a what?
working in Philly.
All right. That's something we ain't had that yet.
Yeah.
Let's hear what you got. You do music as well, right?
Yes.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
bet. Yeah, let's hear it.
D.O. Bulls hide in my city like they P. Diddy. I'm in the biddy where that bitches popping they titties. Just before the sign it, if I snitched and kill me, yeah.
When you say, if I snitched and kill me,
Yeah.
you
Murder.
really feel that way?
Death.
What made you get the tat under your eye? You got a body?
No, this joint stir, cause you know I'm stirred. This joint say ugly, cause you know, and I don't know if you ever watched Suicide Squad, but you know, it's damage, the Joker joint, cause you know, I'm a little
So
crazy.
you're a little suicidal.
A little bit. You know
Little
what I'm
bit,
saying?
yeah. I fuck with that. We got to sign them just for that. All right, bet. Yeah. Come sign this right here. And we try to make the label interracial, you know, multicultural.
I mean, Puerto Rican, you know what I'm saying?
You're not white.
I'm Puerto Rican, but you know.
Well, I was signing you because you was white. So how long you been suicidal?
Man, since I came out the womb, you know, I never asked to be here for real, but, you know, yeah.
Technically, none of us did. It's not a reason to kill yourself, brother.
Yeah, man, you
You
know.
should get that checked
We
out.
gonna die anyway, you feel me? What's today's date, you know, brother?
Yeah, well.
Okay.
Okay,
You'll
yeah,
be gone
I'm
soon.
just gonna write fuck
You'll be
it.
gone soon. That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, it don't
You know what I'm
matter.
saying?
Good day. Thank you, man.
All right, brother.
Great to meet you, by the way.
Nice to meet you, too.
Yes, sir. You see your way out. Yeah, y'all just watch him.
I hope I didn't sell my soul.
Damn.
Damn.
But I slapped somebody grandma ass.
It's Riri humping a bitch on TV. Damn.
Yeah.
Aight.
And this is what we get into.
Yes.
Take a dookie, throw that shit at me. Take a dookie, throw that shit at me. Take a dookie, throw that shit at me. Pull your gate up. You see, I'm breaking her up, and I put her back together. Then she touching my body.
Yeah, what is it that you guys are saying?
Dad.
Dad.
In dead.
Dad. And we called the hump your butts.
Ain't nobody humping my butt.
Only girl butts. Dad.
What's that last thing you guys are saying? What is it?
Dad. Dad.
Dead.
Yeah. But after you say dad, you gotta be like, alright.
Dead.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, you got it. You got it, broski. You got it.
Where'd y'all come up with this language?
I don't know. I'm just a kid, bro. I
It
don't
wasn't
know.
hard to figure that out. Both of you guys are heads.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What? Show that.
You feel me? That's what we get into.
All right.
Dead.
Dad.
Alright. Around my way. Well, I'm picking up what y'all putting down. You guys are both slow.
Die young.
Yeah, let's get him out of here. Let's get him out of here.
Alright. Dad. Alright.
Young bull. Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 20.
Are you a stud or you just a young kid?
I'm a 20-year-old boy.
You know them studs. It's one way or the other. It's a thin line. Sometimes they be studs, sometimes you be a young boy. But you just young. You a young kid. You're not a female woman.
No, I'm a man.
You sure you ain't no stud?
No, my dad look young too. It's like he's just running the family.
Hey man, studs be looking just like this, don't they? I swear to God, studs look just like this, bro. Why you keep licking your lips, man? Studs be doing that, man. What is that?
I'm not a stud.
Not a female pretending to be a man.
If you love me, you will never go on my back and judge me. When you get around your friends, it's fuck me. You put my heart in the bag, now it's ugly. I like sipping on yak when I'm f***ing, when I'm in it.
I heard the real side
Like
coming
that,
out of
don't
you.
you?
Yeah. You not a girl.
No, I'm a man. I'm a boy, on my way to a man. I'm a young man. As my grandma would say, I'm a young man.
You're a young man.
Yes.
You're not a woman trying to be a man.
Nah.
What type of things do you eat? Like, what's a normal meal for you?
Burgers, fries.
He ain't no girl. Do you look like one?
Burgers and fries.
You sure?
I'm sure, positive.
Yeah, let's get him out of here, man. Appreciate you, brother. Nah, it's been real. Nah, thank you.
Thank you.
Earlier, my name Broad Day, from 46th Street out west, you feel me? I'm part of the LGBTQ, you feel me? I'm also Muslim, so do the math. Moving forward, you feel me? I'm a rapper, I'm an artist. The rapper shit, I'm an artist. What the is you looking at, gang? You. Oh, never mind, I'm playing. Listen though, Gil's son, that's my man, his name Cheese, he died. You feel me, that's my man, it's smoke me, never mind. Moving forward, positive though, you feel what I'm saying? Mac, that's my man, you feel what I'm saying? Real niggas. We is them type of motherfuckers that gotta stay in the community because we uplifting these niggas, you feel me? Real gangsters make sure the city see. Look though, I'm gonna cry.
You're not lying. You're not lying.
What?
Hey,
Yeah,
you hear?
what's up?
Hey, listen,
What's
Broad
up?
Day.
Yeah, I'm all, what?
Broad Day, you hear the rap?
Shit. Yeah, I'm here to rap, my fault.
I want to hear that shit.
If yo, what my pants for then?
You gotta hold your pants.
Fadi, that chain coming back. Bottom line, cause it's my, your dad called me. I don't got a phone. This is my city. What y'all niggas talking about? I come from nothing, bro.
Hey, Broad Day. Broad Day.
What y'all talking about?
Broad Day.
Oh, hey, nigga. Yeah, and I've been to the Magic. I ain't go to the Magic in 10 years. Nigga, fuck y'all talking. Nigga, I was there yesterday. Nigga, I'm getting rich tomorrow. My brother put me in a condo. Drag, yeah. I was grinding with cheese. I had zero. Wallahi. Niggas gonna feel that shit. What y'all talking about? Wallahi, I catch y'all on Ramadan, I'm gonna break my fast. Gang.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I said, I'm on every car from afar. I know they want my head. Pulling down my shiesty, been in corners, watch lack. Every op shot, you in that vid. Nigga, think you next. You ask me what I'm doing, said what it look like. Getting back, ARP with his binary, something like a switchy text. Knew that was his ass. He seen the flash and everything. Went black, head bouncing off the steering wheel. His fish fell in his lap. Think that shit was nasty. Watch this next shit I do for dust. I'm like, Wayne Perry for this 40. I put you to the test. He didn't have his hot. He tried to block. He should have wore a vest. Opposite of a janitor with his mouth. I came to make a mess. Leonardo the switchy with his butt. Watch me paint the stuff. I was QB1 throwing bullets. Now I could call a sack. Put so much money on your head. This shit'll break your neck. Phone pop out the county. But I was. Shit might break the jack. This big ass ball hits and this only probably break the gate 330. Nigga.
Send him back.
Hold on, no.
Send him back.
Send him back to Juice. I'm touching Juice. I know the fuck is my city. Why you want to get your chain? It's my city. Stop playing me. What the fuck? Juice. The biggest. Long little cheese. Send him to Drewski.
Yeah, I was in jail. Well, I was kissing these girls on my mom. Oh, my mom, Gil, I was in jail. Oh, my mom. Every day. I was in the jail, I was only down 101 because I'm squashing beef. And I never got pissed down, shitty down, worse day. Yeah, my first day was a triple, nigga had Smith. Stop playing with me, Smith Buggy. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. The biggest, nigga, I won. What y'all talking about, nigga? Yeah.
Good on him.
She told me that she love me, but it don't show. Hey, yo, Juicy, don't make me call G4, yo. This is ready for you, yo. Yo, I'm out. Yo, get on me, yo.
Oh, wait, guys, this is getting... Guys, that.
You something
Listen,
different behind that mask, you heard
They
me?
said your boots was too heavy. I didn't. What are y'all doing, man? We can't treat him like shit. He's looking for opportunity, man. I thought. What happened there? He tripped over the cord. Oh, it's the cord. Oh, it's the cord. See? What's the cord?
Yeah, all right.
What's going on?
Hi.
What's up? What's up?
My name is Q. I was really expecting to see Wallace.
Who the is Wallace?
Wallace Peoples is the guy I drew in this picture that he was supposed to be here today, and I waited all day to see him so I could smell him one more time, but he's not here. You know Gilly's cousin? Yes.
Wallow?
Wallace. I call him what his mommy gave him as his name.
That's
I
a
came here to
stalker.
sing him a song, but now he's not here.
Yo, he
You can
fucked her
sing it
back
to
in the
me.
day.
So now you wanna act like you don't even know me, and now when I call you wanna say I'm just a homie.
It sounds beautiful, by the way.
Now I'm blowing you up, I'm blocked and I'm lonely. You got me in the mirror trying to recognize the old me.
Yeah.
She got respect from a nigga that ain't know me. Questioning myself from a lie you told, cause you too see to say you was that one thing only. I thought I could smell him. I literally thought he was 8 minutes away from me, and I thought I could smell him. He's not here now. So it's okay.
He just left.
He just left? No, he didn't. He did?
Yeah.
Why did he just leave? Oh,
All right.
sorry. Just tell him I came.
Let's just hear one more song. I do want to hear one more song.
You want to hear the one I wrote for him?
Yeah.
You light my world like a star in the
It sounds the
sky.
same as the last one,
You
nigga.
are a reason I reach so high.
This sounds the same as the last one, bro.
I see a fire when I look in your eyes, and I.
Matter of fact, I'll call him. I'll call him. So you can...
Yes, call him so I can sing to him. I can tell him how he shines so bright in my nights of gloom.
Yeah. 1 second.
Tell him I have this for him. A picture of our family.
All right. I'll tell him.
I drew our dream.
Okay.
Where's Wallow?
Oh, I don't know where Wallow at. I think I ain't ride with him.
Oh my God.
Can you tell him?
Hi.
Oh, you looking like Wallow number one fan?
Yeah!
Yes!
You know this?
Yeah, that's Wallow number one
Yeah.
fan.
I came to see him. Where is he? He left me.
No, he left. She said she want to give him a job.
I want to do more than that. I have 4 babies waiting for him.
I know, in a job.
1 second. You can back up.
I can't sing to him.
I don't know.
It's okay. I'll find him. It was a blessing to meet you, though.
You
I just came to smell Wallace. Can you, tell him?
you clearly don't give a about me.
I love you.
So you get-
Yes. Call him so I.
You know, I don't mind. I don't mind, right? That lip piercing gotta go. Be honest with you.
You clearly don't give a about me.
I love you.
How? You just said you love Wallace.
Oh, I more than love him. I would give him 4 babies. I would give you a grilled cheese.
Yeah, let's get her out of here.
I can't fight. I cannot fight. I'm sorry. Thank you, Drewski. I love you, Wallace.
He's not here.
I came for Wallace. I love Drewski too, but I came for Wallace.
What's even more crazier is this out here hitting that.
Yeah.
And, well, it's even more crazier that this out here killing that shit right there. This niggas out here hitting that.
Yeah, I was like, shit.
That's what is even more crazier.
She don't look that bad. She don't look that bad.
You gotta keep going.
Hey, them niggas brought the circus to town. Hey, them niggas brought the circus to town. The niggas brought the Universe Soul Circus to town. How long y'all been here?
Since I've been here since 3 o'clock.
Let's hear everybody out. Let's just go down the line. What's your name, my man?
KB.
KB. All right, what you got, brother?
I said
Yeah, let's get him out of here. Appreciate him out. All right.
I said space fives. I've been out of space, huh?
Yeah,
Fucking what's the
appreciate it.
game that we
Appreciate it,
gonna
man. Thank
leave
you,
wide?
dog. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, my brother.
Shit.
Nah, that's been real. Hey, thank you, dog. All right, let's hear it, mama.
Yeah, I dance, nigga, and yeah, I rap too. Blick, 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 yeah, shit, what it do? Hold on, dance break. Bow, bow. You flip, hold on, nigga. I can do it.
Yeah, appreciate you, mama. Thank you. He'll take care of it.
Get right into it.
Yeah.
Now I've been writing chorus in my corpse and feel like I've been so. Damn, bro, y'all niggas ain't gonna touch me. I'm out.
So I pull up to work. I'm like 3 minutes late.
Ain't nobody else taking the hat off, yo. I'm not comfortable with my shit like this.
Hey, man! What the is that crackhead with a walkie-talkie? How you feel, man?
I feel good.
You the last nigga here, man.
I'm happy I made it. I'm hard of hearing, so I'm happy I made it.
Well, you gonna hear this. Get the out of here. You heard that? Yeah, I bet you is hard of hearing. You heard that, though. You heard that, mother. Get the out. Get the out of here, nigga.
I'm hard of hearing, you see?
Yeah, you heard that, though. You're hard of hearing, but you heard that. Nigga crazy.
Perimeter check, perimeter check.
Oh, shit.
Those together on the black square. Nigga, what are you doing? You
All right,
security.
man, listen, chill. I'm waiting for us to stop.
All right, security.
Yo, what
the balls? Look at balls. Tighten up, tighten up.
Guys, yeah, what?
I'm fine talent, Drewski. This is what I do, man.
Well-
this my top artist coming in hot. We straight from Kenton Again. That's
Yo,
where
I
we come
respect
from.
that, but there's one thing wrong here.
That's my security.
Well, there's a crackhead in the building.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Come on, bro.
let me see your teeth. Just smile for me real quick. Oh yeah, that's a crackhead.
I'm looking at security.
Well,
That's top security.
What does he do for you? What?
This my security and his security, but mainly his security for now. This top artist
This the
right here.
artist.
Hold up. Hey, give him bars.
I'm hot for real. Young and that was popping pills on the block for real. For days I was hot for real. Listen, I got bars. Hot for Mars. I'm making 80s crack the baby back in the booth.
shit.
I make it pop just like 80s
that
crack.
part.
Cause the baby back, the chunk blow shotties out this baby fat. I'm hot.
He got hair like the Grinch a little bit.
I like that.
Like the Grinch when he was a baby. Something's up.
Hold this.
Is that a walkie-talkie? What the? You got
no.
You got a walkie-talkie for?
Listen.
Nigga, hey, man. What the is that crackhead with a walkie-talkie for? What does he need that
I turn
for?
this on, Drews.
Just take the scully
It's
off.
the
I just want to
district.
see something.
Everybody got to take a hat off?
Yeah,
No,
everybody
let
can take
me
the hat
just
off in the
talk.
building.
Let me just-
Seriously.
Don't mess it up.
Who else taking the hats off?
That's what everybody taking the hats off, man. Oh shit! You done took the roof off that
No,
motherfucker.
like that. No,
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. Well, he done dropped the. Oh, Pops, you took the roof off this motherfucker.
See,
Just take,
that's
hey,
the
man,
shit
just
I'm
take it
talking
off.
about.
Take it out of respect. Out of respect.
Ain't nobody else taking the hat off, yo. I'm not comfortable with my shit like this.
All right.
Yeah, I'm out, man. I'm not here for nobody. It's just not no episode of Get Feathers. Niggas die. Listen.
You can think about it, say, yo, ain't bad as shit.
What's this shit here?
Anyway, Pops. Are these dudes serving you at all?
No info. I'm telling you nothing.
Hey, what you whispering to him, man? Wait, what's going on?
No lo digan nada. No lo digan nada, brother, pero diga algo, lo está peleando ahí, está fuerte.
What is going on, man? Hey, listen. Hey, Pops, can I talk to you for a second? You the only brother here. I know that.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
These dudes holding you hostage.
No, son. Come on, bro. As a man, you see how I react when you ask me to take my head off.
Okay, Scrappy.
I actually keep it right, because everything that's real ain't right. I try to keep it right, not real. Y'all keep it real.
Hey, what's that walkie-talkie for, though? What the is the walkie-talkie about?
Security.
Nigga, you not secure. I'll you up right now, nigga.
Keep it straight. Security.
Call somebody on the thing. I want to hear who you call out to. Oh, shit. There's a whole...
Hold up.
See?
I told you, bro.
Yeah, turn it back up. Hey, hold on.
No, Juice, this real. This ain't
no. Was that on the other side of the line, man?
Yeah, you did. You ain't supposed to turn that shit. I told you, don't press that button. I told you, don't press that button, though. That's the real.
Was that a real police dispatch right there?
Yo, they stole up Boogie's walkie-talkie.
Leave it like that.
Well, somebody's involved in some shit here. And somebody's going to f around and go to jail. Guys, I'm not f***ing with you. I work with the police, and I'm telling you, these two niggas right here on the outside, you guys f***ed up.
I'm here. I can't tell you who's on the other end of the line if I'm here, sir.
Are y'all being investigated? Let's get him the f out of here.
Who I'm looking at?
Take his ass to jail.
Yo, they picked
We in
his
Philly,
ass
man.
up.
Y'all saw what it was. Y'all let us know what city y'all want us to come to next, man. Hey, this could have been Records, baby. You live or you die by this shit.
If you want more shows like this, I need you to subscribe to my channel right now. Don't forget to let us know in the comments where to go next.
If I catch you on Ramadan, I'm gonna break my fast. Hey, yo, what the heck? She said Meatball is merely a component of the multiverse that may have existed. Yo. Hey, yo. If she wasn't in the video, I'd be disappointed. She's from... Yep. So Meatball is just part of the could have been multiverse. Yep. Usually sign long as if he the card director. I'm glad he gave A-Town some shine. That's internet legend. Yes, it is, bro. A-Town is... I love A-Town. Did not want to be there yet, little alligator. Stop calling you stud. Okay. They're coming out today? Oh wow. Like 10 minutes.
What's up, guys? Back with another video. If you couldn't tell from the title, it is some more quadruple A hemp flower, or THCA flower from Lucky Elk. Just an amazing brand that I've just been, like, my main focus is watching. But yeah, shout out to Lucky Elk, which is like the pricey one. But overall, very, very good smoke. I don't know why we're talking about that, but just truly appreciate you guys for this.
You know what? I want to. Why would you always prefer Breath of the Wild? Whoa. Okay, yeah, I want to watch something, Cannabis Nuns. Weed Nuns. Meet the Weed Nuns. Yes, God bless these women, bro.
Sisters of the Valley. I am Aubrey Plaza from Wilmington, Delaware.
Do you guys smoke marijuana?
Wilmington.
Yes, we're the weed nuns. I'm not a weed nun, but I do that.
Why do you guys grow weed?
The reason we grow weed is to support ourselves and also to create honorable spiritual jobs for women. Here, this is a gift we brought you. This is called Purple Cream. That's not for our medicines. That's for the sisters' private medicine cabinet.
Kiddo. When did you start wearing?
In 2011, Michelle Obama tried to talk to Congress about how unhealthy our children's meals are. Congress declared pizza a vegetable.
Why?
Because it made our children's meals look healthier than they are. So I declared myself a nun. I said, if pizza is a vegetable, I'm a nun. If people think we're Catholic nuns, they immediately want to share what they know about Scripture. John 4:32.
How do I get out of this conversation?
Yes.
Oh, we're not those nuns. Move on. And it's not like against the rules to dress like a nun?
It's America, religious
I think
freedom.
because I grew up Catholic, like if I see you, well, I mean, I have guilt because I'm Catholic.
And this is why we need a new kind of nun. Their model doesn't work anymore.
Have you taken vows? And if so, what are they?
Oh, first
Did I ask
they
that
give
weird?
you the joint.
Chastity, ecology, activism, living in sweet
Sorry,
service.
can we just
There
stop
go.
at chastity?
It's not like
Let's
that.
go back.
Yeah, let's go back, actually. That was like 5 minutes. It was like, how California weed nuns. No, there's like nuns in like Georgia. Yes, there's like Georgian. I swear they're from Georgia. They're not from California. It's gonna go away. No, they're like somewhere in Europe. No, it's not them. It's like, yo, they're like actually like from like Europe. No, not this. They're from like Europe. center of the valley. Aye. Gotta get out of here. This is some music real quick while we scroll. Where's it at?
One time. Yeah, turn me up in the headphones, that's right. Taking it to the highest, man. Yeah.
Text from an unknown number like, please don't forget me when you make it. First of all, this number isn't saved yet. Ooh, you went with me in the basement, baby. And this an old phone, but who this? Niggas get betrayed like Judas, Brutus. Keep your guard down, that's clueless. That you'll be asked out, but you already knew this. Demons from past years still can't shake them. Might like to reefer on occasion, baby. Seasons and everything is changing. It's hard to go back when it's tainted, ain't it? It's hard to go back to Usher Raymond. Confessing for your love in the rain and shit. Open up and turn to the main event. Fuck it, I'm getting on a spaceship. Coming like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm about to blow. Blow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got to get the dough. I got to get some more. I got to every celebration with you take me out of this world. Take me out of this world. Get the dough.
I like this one better. Yo, the marijuana nuns need to give up their stick. Yeah, I gotta feel like it's a stick. Definitely when you, interesting. So basically, a feminist that wants to act like a nun without being a nun. Seems like she's
One time.
resonating for
Yeah, turn me up in the headphones,
energy
that's
of
right.
nuns. There's clearly a desire amongst.
Taking it to the highest, man. Yeah.
Text from an unknown number like, please don't forget me when you make it. First of all, this number isn't saved yet. Ooh, you went with me in the basement, baby. And this the old phone,
viewing alcohol. Now
niggas get
again,
betrayed like Judas, Brutus.
get that
Keep
these
your guard
women
down,
are
that's
neither nuns
clueless.
nor
That you'll be asked out, but you already knew this. Demons from past years still can't shake them. Might like to reefer on occasion, baby. Seasons and everything is changing. It's hard to go back when it's tainted, ain't it? It's hard to go back to Usher Raymond. Confessing for your love in the rain and shit. Open up and turn to the main event. Fuck it, I'm getting on a spaceship. Coming like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm about to blow.
Are these supposed to be some kind of feminist?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It does not really bother me.
Got to get dough. I got to get some more. I got to every celebration with you.
A guy dressing up like a priest, they going to a church and hearing people's confessions.
Take me out of this world. Get dough. I got to get some more. Out of this world. Get dough. I got to get some more. Take me out of this world. At the art gallery with a pretty girl.
Yeah, I don't think
when the
they're
lights
really
go out, she a city girl. When my mind go dark, she'll lit it up. For the paintbrush now, it's a pretty world. Keep feet planted in deep soil. Cause pride always come before default. And that ass so fat it got recoil. finna take you on a detour. Coming like 5, 4, 3, 2,
So I seen something. It was like from Europe. They wasn't from California. These girls are from California.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We'll watch.
Bless our food and bless our folk and keep us in your grace.
Prayer, ministry,
Lead the way over to the Abbey.
servitude. But these are not your typical nuns.
How much did we have today?
Meet the Sisters of the Valley, the self-styled weed nuns putting their faith in the healing power of cannabis. And their sermons, so to speak, aren't just shaped around the sticky icky. They're political, radical feminists to boot.
My big dirty sin is I voted for Ronald Reagan. But I grew out of it, and I think I see more clearly now.
Their convent is nestled deep in Northern California farm country, where I traveled to meet the unorthodox sorority.
W for weed nuns.
But before I could enter the premises, a peculiar request.
We'd like to ask you if it's okay to cleanse you and sage you. We ask anyone who comes invited to our house to be cleansed before they enter. Is that okay?
Of course.
Thank you.
What is this?
This is sage. It's a white sage the natives use to cleanse your aura, to cleanse emotions.
On this sun-drenched property tucked among vineyards and apple orchards, the women grow cannabis using a strain of marijuana that eliminates THC, but still contains CBD, touted for its healing properties.
It's medical marijuana, but just like over the years they've been able to develop strains that get you super high, we've also developed strains that don't get you high at all.
Marijuana. There's the one from Mexico. Sacramento. Inside Europe's Cannabis Castle. What does a history of weed? No. Christian early. Meet Mexico's weed nuns. Right here.
Meet Mexico's weed nuns, a group of 5 women who plan on taking cannabis back from the narcos. They farm cannabis in an undisclosed location and own a successful small business selling products made from the plant. But despite their attire, the women are not actually Catholic or part of any religious group. They're part of Sisters of the Valley, an international organization founded in 2014, which pledges to spread the gospel of the healing powers of cannabis.
People turn to us because of a morbid curiosity of seeing some nuns with a joint or at an event like Marijuana Expo. We capture their attention and we can send the message we want to give, always clarifying that we are not against or in conflict with any religion.
Flux Context is now available inside.
Vanity is, yeah, what's up? This Vanity is a great. Yeah. Yo, L Texas, bro. L Texas. Sorry. You guys kind of fumbled there. Michael joins kids hate me. Yo, this is crazy, bro. This is absolutely crazy. But yeah, let's watch the story of One Piece so I don't have to. One Piece. One Piece. One Piece.
The story of One Piece doesn't begin with pirates, and well, contrary to popular belief, it begins years ago, thousands of years ago, in a world where civilizations were far more advanced than anything residing in the present. A world seemingly consisting of endless land with a multitude of different races and ways of life, compared to the present world almost made up entirely out of water, with very few races and a severe lack of technology, if any at all. The world in the past seemed to even possess mysterious gods and devils, whose names are only spoken of in legend and only pictured in ancient murals. This may seem quite shocking, as One Piece, as many know it, is bright, is adventurous, even hopeful, but its historic roots paint a far darker and terrifying picture. There are a lot of questions to be asked, like why did the world change so drastically compared to the past? Why did the technology back then completely supersede anything of the present? What happened to these ancient kingdoms and civilizations that are nowhere to exist, along with the ancient races who inhabited them, who have seemed to have disappeared off the earth entirely? And what of the gods and devils pictured in these murals and spoken of in myth? But arguably, the most terrifying question to ask is what could have happened for the world to end up like this? But in order to really understand or comprehend any of this at all, we need to go, in this case, all the way forward to the future. On the surface, One Piece may seem like a simple story where pirates sail the seas, causing chaos everywhere they go, with the Marines, a branch of the world's government, directly opposing these pirates for the crimes they commit. There seems to be two main ideologies in the present world of One Piece, one of which, the majority, is that the world government is a good force and continues to uphold justice against the pirates and criminals alike, and the other ideology, which can only really be attained through personal experiences, is that the world government is evil, and horrifically so, inspiring pirates and revolutionaries alike to obtain their own freedom from the world government and fight for the oppressed. However, these two ideologies are both true and false, creating a sort of paradox, as in truth, the world government commits atrocities against mankind, such as slavery, genocide, and even human experimentation, but still protects the general public from pirates and criminals with organizations such as the Marines. And on the other hand, pirates and revolutionaries alike, who have bared witness to these horrific crimes committed by the world government, go on to liberate countries, rescue slaves, and carry out a force of justice of their own, with the majority of these pirates and criminals keeping in line with their branded stereotypes of looting, murdering, and disrupting the general peace of the world. And as you can probably surmise, these entirely different ideologies and thought processes often clash, resulting in war, as we've seen on multiple occasions. And while the Marines and pirates represent the front lines of war and conflict, they're really just the surface, as the power that controls everything by both order and establishment reigning for almost 1,000 years, as the real power of the world is the world's government. The world government is complex, to say the least. Comprising of over 170 nations, the world government becomes a federation of sorts. Ruling over these nations with an iron-tight grip, the world government acts and is no doubt an extremely powerful organization. But in retrospect, the world government is a relatively new power, as 800 years ago, during a time referred to as the Void Century, the world government did not exist. Instead, we can only presume that the individual nations at this time had their own leaderships, dictators, and hierarchies. And it was towards the end of this mysterious era where the world government was formed. 8 centuries ago, before pirates sailed the seas, except for one example, which we will get to later on in this video. An alliance made up of 20 separate kingdoms founded the world government, establishing an organization to rule over the entire world, superseding countless centuries of human history in which there was no such organization. Thus, the 20 royal families of these kingdoms moved up from their kingdoms atop a place known as the Red Line, a ginormous piece of land stretching all the way up to the heavens and around the entire world. Truly a befitting place of such royalty. They created the Holy Land, a land in which the offspring of these individuals would continue to reside up until the present. And they built Merijoa, a castle in which to house the most renowned of figures and their secrets. Inside the castle there lies a throne, an empty throne, to which all 20 kingdoms place down their swords underneath it, serving as a monument signifying shared power, control and equality amongst themselves, as no single person holds absolute power over the world, or so you would think. However, only 19 swords have been placed underneath the throne, with the missing sword belonging to Queen Lily Nefertari of the Kingdom of Alabasta. During the formation of the world government all those centuries ago, the Kingdom of Alabasta had the opportunity to join the other 19 kingdoms in the newly established Holy Land. But for whatever reason, the Nefertari family did not go. Instead, they chose to remain in the quote-unquote lower world, continuing their rule over the Alabasta kingdom, hence the missing sword. The world government, however, was established nonetheless, and going forward 800 years to the present, still very much operates in the Holy Land, with their ancestors known formally as celestial dragons, or gods, ruling over the world in their stead. The hierarchy, order and tradition would equally rule over the world. Right below the 5 elders is an elite guard called the Holy Knights, or God's Knights. You can think of these knights as your King's Guard from shows like Game of Thrones. They also have the authority to oversee regular world nobles, and you can presume any other world government official as well. The God's Knights, unlike the common world nobles, are fighters, possessing extraordinary amounts of power. They seem to act as the world government's primary defense. Below them are your run-of-the-mill world nobles, possessing nothing more than a birth certificate. They are ancestors of the founders of the world government and thus are treated like gods. These vile characters, commonly referred to as celestial dragons, are allowed to do whatever they want, whenever they want to. Every single impulsive desire they have will be granted to them on a global. How can this global power, set up to maintain order and uphold justice, allow its very own ancestral founders to carry out even more unjust and terrifying crimes against humanity than the people they're meant to be stopping? And below the world nobles are another group called CP0, who act as the world government's spies and serve directly under the world nobles. And not necessarily below, but from here we move on to a branch of the world government, the Marines, the branch directly responsible for upholding justice across the world and punishing the guilty. The Marines consist of a very similar hierarchy to the world government itself, with Kong, who we really haven't seen like at all, serving as the commander-in-chief. And below him is the fleet admiral, Sakazuki, who is really the man in charge, but directly takes orders from the world government itself. And under Sakazuki we have the iconic and renowned 3 admirals, the Marines' greatest fighting force. It is the admirals who would be sent out to any major crisis, etc., like we're seeing at the moment in Egghead with Admiral Kizaru. And below the admirals lie the vice admirals. These individuals don't carry as much authority as the previously mentioned roles, and lack when it comes to fighting power, but they are still a heavily relied upon and involved force in the Marine establishment. That is more or less how the world government operates, except it's not true, as there is one thing which I haven't mentioned yet, a secret so heavily guarded, and for good reason, as if this secret were to ever get out into the public, the entire foundation on which the world government was built, its values, its reputation, its very existence, would crumble to dust. For in reality, the Marines, the nobles, even the 5 elders themselves, are nothing but puppets, controlled by a single, silent, sovereign, a being who truly should not exist, both physically and definitively. Imu, the secret ruler of the world, the one who sits upon a throne built as a symbol and a reminder that no one person can rule the world, and yet the throne bears the weight of a hidden king. The implications of this revelation are tremendously terrifying. A supreme ruler of the entire world whose existence is unknown. Even the five elders themselves bow and tremble with fear before him or her, as we still don't know the true identity of this figure. But that's not to say that we don't know nothing at all. As confirmed by King Cobra Nefertari, who at the time was the king of Alabasta, said that one of the 20 families who founded the world government were the Nerona family, and there was someone amongst that family named Imu, meaning that this one individual could have potentially been present during the world government's creation 800 years ago during the Void Century. Although it's not confirmed, but it's not impossible, as there is a technique that the world government has made public attempts at retrieving, the Immortal Youth Operation, performed by the wielder of the Op-Op fruit. This technique allows the user to sacrifice their life in return for granting another immortality. This technique wouldn't be a thing unless it was impactful in one way or another, and this assumption is supported by Imu being actually familiar with Nefertari D. Lily and recognizing the extraordinary haki of Joy Boy, which was released during the Egghead arc. Both of these figures were alive during the Void Century. I think it's safe to say that there is a very, very high chance that Imu is the outcome of this technique, or maybe Imu is something else entirely. We do know Imu possesses great power, some sort of transformation that we saw during the events of Cobra's visit and Sabo's intrusion. This transformation could be the result of a devil fruit, but it's very unlikely, as well as Imu, the five elders also possess transformations of their own, and we saw these transformations on Egghead. But there was something missing, something of great importance, as when these transformations were revealed, they were revealed without a devil fruit tag. Any devil fruit user typically has the name of their devil fruit revealed alongside their powers, but with the five elders, there was no tag. And to add even more terrifying confluences to the fact that Imu possesses a power that is not a result of a devil fruit is the fact that there exists something called the Abyss. The Abyss is something the world government, probably Imu, possesses, allowing world government figures to teleport. We saw the Abyss in Egghead and Elbath, with the five elders teleporting from the throne room in Morishwa to Egghead Island, and Figurlin Shamrock and Gunko teleporting from presumably Morishwa as well to Elbath. Now what's interesting about said Abyss is the fact that it doesn't really seem like a devil fruit power at all. We have seen countless devil fruits displayed in the show, from common Paramecias to mythical Zoans, and yet not a single fruit bears any sort of resemblance towards the Abyss or any of the five elders' transformations. Teleportation, instant regeneration, and of course what appears to be an awakened Zoan can't all be the outcomes of the same devil fruit. And to discuss one final event, an event that genuinely may confirm this, is the outcome of Saint Saturn. Saint Saturn, unlike the rest of the Gorosei, physically travelled to Egghead in order to kill Dr. Vegapunk. The other Gorosei members were teleported back to the Holy Land when the tremendous outburst of Haki was released by Emmet. But Saint Saturn remained, and for whatever reason, Imu sensed this massive fluctuation of Haki all the way over in the Holy Land, as Imu began to curse Joy Boy's name. This could only mean that Imu is somehow linked to the five elders. Imu very well might have bequeathed some of his or her power to the Gorosei personally. And this is somewhat confirmed later on, when Imu brutally murders Saint Saturn for failing his mission from all the way back in the Holy Land, as Saturn crumples to dust and bone in seconds. And you may be wondering, why were the five elders dispatched to Egghead in the first place? And what is this power Saint Saturn spoke of with his dying words? Along with this Joy Boy character, Imu blamed for the escape. Now Imu and the very mysterious power surrounding him, and this Joy Boy character, are subject to countless debates amongst the community. But there are answers to all of these questions, answers that lie 800 years ago, during a time period commonly referred to as the Void Century.
Here's one of my favorite life hack that's been a total game changer for me, Grammarly. It's not just a spelling or grammar checker.
Void Century is a period in history that's 900 to 800 years ago, a period completely shrouded in mystery, which is weird considering that the events of this period are so important that its outcomes changed the world forever. However, it's not shrouded in mystery from any natural means. In fact, it's shrouded by design by the world government. Independent research into this period of time is considered one of the worst crimes you can ever commit, of course by order of the world government itself. But this begs the question, well, why? Why are the world government going to such lengths and taking such drastic action against independent parties for conducting research into the Void Century? It's as if they're hiding something so absurd they orchestrated a genocide of an entire civilization and sent a Navy admiral and one of the 5 elders with over 100 ships just to kill one man who also conducted research into it. And well, we know the world government is hiding something, as we actually do have some information regarding the Void Century. Information that lies in the shape of giant square objects known as poneglyphs that have engraved into them transcripted information of the Void Century. We know from these poneglyphs, and in correlation with Dr. Vegapunk's speech, that during the Void Century there was a great war. There was an ancient kingdom that possessed extremely advanced technology, even more advanced than anything of the present. And it was this great kingdom that would go on to oppose 20 other kingdoms, and it's these kingdoms that would go on to eventually form the world government. This war, of course, ultimately led to the formation of the world government and the complete destruction of said kingdom, along with the entire physical state of the world. We know that sea levels across the entire world rose by 200 meters, sinking all of the continents, islands, and civilizations that once existed straight to the bottom of the sea. The islands and countries we are all so very familiar with are merely the mountaintop of these once great continents. Dr. Vegapunk, the world's greatest scientist, conducted research.
Kind of like in Wind Waker. Because the islands are literally the mountaintops of what flooded Hyrule is.
Into this period of
like Windfall Island, that's like on top of a mountain. Dragon Roost Island on top of a mountain.
time. But he didn't only conduct research, as using scientific processes, Vegapunk was able to deduce that the extreme rise of sea levels were not the outcome of any natural causes. 100 years is not nearly enough time for anything of this caliber to occur naturally, concluding that it was the result of so-called ancient weapons. The ancient weapons are 3 weapons of immense mass destruction, which date back to the Void Century. There are 3 ancient weapons: Pluton, which we know is buried under the land of Wano, Poseidon being Shirahoshi, and one more named Uranus. These weapons are hugely sought after, considering their capabilities. In fact, one of the first arcs in the series was a result of a man known as Crocodile trying to obtain one of these so-called ancient weapons, only to fail due to Luffy's interference. I don't intend to get into any really speculative discussions regarding the Void Century. I'll keep any of that for theory videos in the future. I only want to divulge what is known about the Void Century and other topics as well, which in retrospect really isn't that much. There are a few topics I would like to discuss, however, relating to the Void Century, with the first being a name, the name of D, or specifically something called the Will of D. As throughout the entire world there are those who possess a D in their name. It is still unknown the exact meaning behind this name, but the 5 elders and world nobles alike greatly fear this name. It is even taught as a childhood story that the D will bring about a storm, or if you misbehave you will be eaten up by D, so on and so forth. And funnily enough, this name has another name, which we learned from Corazon: the natural enemies of gods. Now if this refers to the name of the self-proclaimed gods living in the Holy Land, or other beings entirely, is a different story altogether. But nonetheless, those bearing the name D were enemies of the 20 kingdoms all those years ago. Examples of this name tend to reside within relevant and powerful characters in the story, such as Gold D. Roger, Marshall D. Teach, and of course Monkey D. Luffy. People with this name all tend to share passionate and, quite frankly, borderline obsessive desires for freedom and their own ambitions. But what really intrigues me the most about the Void Century is the apparent technology which existed. I keep asking myself how many people had to have died for technology as a whole to not only stop advancing, but to actually revert. Dr. Vegapunk possesses the brain fruit, which allows him to possess an infinite amount of knowledge, but even he cannot replicate the technology of the Ancient Kingdom. But it's not just the technology of the Ancient Kingdom that he can't replicate, it's the power source they possessed. The Ancient Kingdom seemed to have possessed an infinite power source. Vegapunk did try his hand at recreating such a thing, and ended up creating something called the Mother Flame, an incomplete version. It was created to provide an unlimited source of energy, meant to completely change and modernize civilization in general. But it was also used for something else, as a piece of it was stolen and gifted to the world government, who used it to power up an ancient weapon, probably Uranus, but still unconfirmed. The world government then used this weapon alongside the piece of the Mother Flame to eradicate the entire country of Lelouchia off the face of the planet entirely. And it worked, as Lelouchia is no more. Only a giant crater remains. But interestingly enough, as a result of the decimation of Lelouchia, sea levels across the world rose. This acts as a confluence to what Vegapunk said about the Void Century and the ancient weapons previously. But what if I were to tell you that alongside Imu, there was another character, a character arguably even more important to the story than Imu. And this character's name is Joy Boy, the first pirate in history.
Hey creators, do any of these comments look familiar? Yeah, same. But do any of these people actually follow you?
Joy Boy was a man who lived during the Void Century, who resided from the Great Kingdom. Joy Boy may just be the single most important character in the story. Every single major world event seems to always link back to Joy Boy. And of course we can't forget his treasure as well, but we'll get to that later. Joy Boy's story is still one of mystery. However, we do know that during his life he became comrades of both Zunesha and Emmett, the robot from Egghead, respectively. However, Joy Boy and his faction would eventually be defeated by the 20 Kingdoms 800 years ago, and thus the Void Century occurs. But even though Joy Boy was defeated, he still never stopped fighting. In fact, it seems like either he knew he would eventually be defeated, or he at least considered it, as he sealed some of his own hockey inside of Emmett, knowing that he would be around far longer than he would be. This would also perfectly coincide with the creation of the Poneglyphs and of course the One Piece. There's also one more thing to add, and it's an addition of the ancient weapons, as for whatever reason Joy Boy made an attempt at preserving these ancient weapons for future generations to inherit. This really does make you wonder if Joy Boy knew all along that his era would end without his success. But by trying to preserve the ancient weapons and leaving behind the One Piece for future generations, it seems that in the process Joy Boy left his own generation behind, as there was a promise Joy Boy failed to fulfill. Back in Fishman Island, Nico Robin found a message writ upon a poneglyph. The message was a letter of apology from Joy Boy himself, as he had broken an unknown promise to the people of Fishman Island. The promise probably went unfulfilled due to Joy Boy's eventual defeat. But this was only one of the various messages and infotexts scattered around the world in the form of poneglyphs. There are 3 different types of poneglyphs. Historical poneglyphs, which reveal fragments of the ancient history once lost. Instructional poneglyphs, which contain clues or instructions to other poneglyphs and ancient weapons. And of course the extremely sought after road poneglyphs. Possessing a different color altogether, these poneglyphs are the very keys to Joy Boy's treasure. Collecting all 4 of these renowned poneglyphs would allow one to reach Laugh Tale. Joy Boy seems to also possess a very similar resemblance to our one and only Monkey D. Luffy. Even while being shown as a mere silhouette, he still possesses the iconic straw hat. But there is also another resemblance, a very mythical and iconic resemblance both, as Joy Boy was also in possession of the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika, a mythical Zoan devil fruit, allowing him to become the reincarnation of the sun god, Nika, the exact same as Luffy. Although the full extent of Joy Boy's appearance and powers is still left shrouded in mystery, it is an undeniable fact that Joy Boy was strong. So strong that 20 entire kingdoms needed to band together to defeat him. Joy Boy's ancient haki alone fluctuated with such intensity that it was able to cancel the abilities of 4 of the Gorosei and knock out almost every marine soldier on Egghead Island completely unconscious, including vice admirals who even possess haki themselves. I really do wish for the sake of this video that I could elaborate more on Joy Boy, considering just how important he is to the story. But there is one more thing of great importance, something Joy Boy left behind for another to inherit. At some point during the Void Century, Joy Boy came across an island located at the very end of the Grand Line. There he left behind something of unimaginable value, the One Piece. By nature, the One Piece has become a legend in the present world, inherited by Roger, and with his dying words, Roger drove countless souls to the seas, in pursuit of dreams greater than they'd ever dared to imagine. A dream to find the One Piece and become the next king of the pirates. However, with Roger's final waltz, where he single-handedly invoked the Great Pirate Era, meant that every sort of character would dream of attaining this legendary treasure and title alike, meaning that the one who finds it now might not be the person Joy Boy intended to find it. Only the members of the Roger Pirates know what the One Piece is, and once they arrived on the elusive final island of the Grand Line, what they found was so hilarious that they all burst into laughter, with Roger ultimately naming the final island Laugh Tale. But decades would pass after Roger's departure and no one managed to find it. The dreams pirates once shared of finding Roger's treasure would slowly start to die out. But during the War of the Best, just like Roger, with Whitebeard's dying words, he reignited the pirate era once more. The flames of ambition pirates shared had never burnt so bright following that day. Whitebeard also mentioned that a great battle will occur after the One Piece is found again, a war that would embroil the seas far and wide. Dr. Vegapunk also mentioned that the entire fate of the world rests on whoever lays claim to the One Piece. We do know in fact that the One Piece contains the true history of the world, or remnants at least. We know this because Roger and his crew obviously learned the true history of the world once they found the One Piece. This is further supported by Roger naming the island Laugh Tale, as in tale or a story. And yeah, that's about it for this video. If you did make it this far, thank you so much for watching, and consider liking and subscribing, as it really does help out the channel a lot. Also, if I missed anything or got anything wrong, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Set sail for One Piece. Yeah, this like little like Japanese like game. Oh, this free to play. Oh wait, when did this game out? Could be rubber. How that happened? Yo ho ho, we took a bite of gum gum.
Yeah, I know you tryna twerk some, but I got the 40 on my shorts, you might hurt some. I'ma bust a move just as soon as the work come.
Check this out, guys. Little spray can, look at this. It's easy to dab with Dabolium. Dab Life, Stop Mid, 710. There's a gram of cantaloupe, a gram of fez, and a gram of Paiho, 90U, 1 gram each. Yeah, this is a cool little novelty spray can, right? A triple stacked hash jar. There's 3 grams of hash in here. If life didn't get any better, now I have this little toy and 3 grams. So yes, that's why this has been on my shelf in the background of videos. I've been waiting to smoke it. I'm keeping this, let's dab this. So today I decided, let's film smoking this. So we're gonna dab all 3 of these, try them out. And then after this, I have a 2-year-old birthday party to go to. So I'm just gonna sit there with my you ever see the guy with the glasses on at the kids' party? It's cause they're high as hell. Let's get started. What was the, Oh, wait, it splits in 3. Oh, 1, 2, so sick. Okay, I can't lie. That's really cool, man. Okay, so there's 3 flavors. Oh, all right, the top. So we're starting off with Cantaloupe 90U. Let's go. In the best way possible, it smells like a urinal cake. Like, you know, you walk into like a McDonald's bathroom and you smell all the things in the, you know, it just smells like aroma. Not like shit, but it smells like, you know, that fruity smell with like all the soap. I'm not trying to say this smells like a McDonald's bathroom, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk about like the fruitiness that comes with like clean restrooms, I guess. At restaurants, not the one at your house. All right, this is Cantaloupe, and I gotta be honest, it smells like a Mamba, the candies. Let's just say something good. It smells like a Mamba candy. Looks pretty good, guys. Looking pretty good. Let's take a little scoop, huh? Clean this dabber off real quick. Just like give it its best possible taste. It smells like a Mamba and a grapefruit soda, like a Fresca. I'm not mad at it. Also, I hate fruity flavors. I'm not a big fan of fruity dabs. So this better taste great for me to really love it, because it's a whole lot of fruit. Incredible. It tastes like when you go to a nice hotel and they got the fruit infused water, you know, like they got a big water tank and that fruit buckets in it. They used a whole bunch of melon. That name Cantaloupe is so damn accurate. It tastes like fresh fruit. It tastes like honeydew melon. It tastes like it's gonna wake you up. That shit is so damn fire. I hate fruit flavors. I would smoke that every morning and wake up. Like, if I could dab that while in a cold shower, but with a sun on me, I'm pretty sure I would be the president of the United States. I don't think there's anything to stop me. And they would bring the age down. I have to be old to be the president. They'd be like, nah, bro. That's how productive I would be. And yeah, that's how you become the president now. They do the fist bumps. Up next is Fez, F-E-Z 90UG. 1 gram. I don't know if I'm tripping, but this smells a little bit like peach and green apple rings. Like, it's not all the way peach, but it's super sour like green apple. But it smells like almost like peach rings, like candy. I might be tripping. I want to know what that tastes like. I don't know about you, but I like certain terps. Like, I like that disgusting, like when you hit a dab, it's so funky that your mouth starts to like water. You ever see those caves that have water dripping, like goo? That's how it feels like. There's just like water turns on instantly in my mouth. I gotta spit. It's so much terp. Like GMO. When I smoke GMO hash, the whole circumference of my mouth turns to bumfoot. It all turns to straight body odor, BO, nasty, sweaty, gym room, just disgusting mildew, mold starting. And I love that. And I know I just did all that, but I love GMO. It's so damn disgustingly funky, and that's what I love about it. But then you got stuff like this that smells like peach ring, or like, I don't know if you guys ever tried the pre-workout stuff, but like the peach or the blue raz flavors, how they're like, yeah, you know they're artificial, but they do taste like candy. That's what this smells like. It smells so overpowered. It smells like the inside guts of gummy sharks. Like that soft, like, you know, you can smell the texture. This smells spongy and soft. Yeah, that first one got me high. I'm over here just ranting.
Hey yo, my chef been whipping for 3 days straight. Fiends lined up for 4 houses down, no shake. What the fuck is that? Celine?
All right, this is the Fizz.
Easy moon boots looking like space. Jean Paul Gaultier, see through Jamaican tank top. Hopped out the two-tone Lord, make the bass stop. Live with no strings, please. Doubt me if you need 5 or better, baby. Not enough.
I can't lie. That tastes like 2-3 different things altogether. At the very beginning, all I tasted was like fruity, floral, orange. Pop of citrus, but not like lemon. It was more tangerine. You know Tootsie Pops? Like the lollipops? The orange one. And then at the end, it started to taste peachy. Like what my brain wants to consider peachy. It started to taste so sweet. Like if you put pineapple juice into the canned peaches, took the peaches out, and then drank the pineapple mixed with the peach. Syrupy, but super sweet. I hope I described that shit well. I'm so damn happy I'm doing a video right now and I don't have to fight my way through it. You know what I mean? Like, this is my homie's company. I know this guy. I've known him for a long time. I haven't seen him in a long time. I got the jar from him, but I'm so happy I don't have to be like, I don't like it personally, but you might like it personally. I'm glad I don't have to say that. This is fire. The first 2 at least. We'll go to the pie hole right now, but the first 2 so far, really good and not heavy. I don't know if you noticed, I've been talking my ass off this whole video, mainly because I just feel awake. Even though I'm like this and I look like I'm not awake, it's because we're filming by the window and it's sunny and my eyes are sensitive. So that's the only reason why I'm squinting this hard, because the sun. Before we get into the last dab, question guys. When I go buy an 8th jar, I feel so bad going, I'm going to throw this jar away. I usually try to keep and give them to people that want to use weed shit, but 3 out of 10 times I'm throwing it in the trash. With stuff like this, like I always say, make packaging you want to keep. This has been on my shelf, you guys, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's been back there. This has been in my hash fridge. I'm keeping this. This is too damn cool. You cannot get rid of this. It's epic. This, maybe because the stickers and the way it is, you might keep it, but this is definitely not going to get kept forever. This will. So what I'm asking is, like, I have a video coming out, like, or you might have came out already, about the Wonder Pod. You know what I mean? Like, you crack it open, just like the Wonder Ball, the old chocolate toy, and it has a toy inside. Yes, we get that, like, that's a lot of packaging. This kind of stuff I'll keep. The way I see this, I think this is great. Am I going to buy this over and over and over again? Of course not. But they're not going to make this over and over and over again. It's a collectible. It's just to go, hey, it was cool, right? But there are companies out there that their whole theme is new collectible, new collectible, new collectible. Let them be. Who cares? If you don't want to support it, don't support it. As one person that does try a lot of different things, yes, I do keep the packaging if it's badass like this. All right. Last flavor in the Dab Life spray can. Pi-Ho 90U. Here we go. And 90U, we're talking about the Micron. I'm not gonna get into all the hash nerd stuff right now, but the higher the better. Here we go. Here's the Pi-Ho. I kind of like the little 1 gram little pockets. Yeah, I mean, obviously I want more hash, but I like the little puck. I have a Pi-Ho right here too, from John. Let's see. Very similar, gotta be honest. Cool. Let's go.
Yeah, let me kick it with my niggas who still be on them corners. In tech suits, it's hard to conceal heat in them joggers. I'm rich, so I can't see a bill being a problem. Every hood rat dream is to still be with a baller.
All right, that was the Dab Life spray can thing. The Cantaloupe, Fez, and Pi-Ho. Just a quick little video, just getting high real quick. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Let's take a dab of all of them together.
Want me money, Smokey, better send it through a cash app. Next time you
get the Fez, and then some of the Pi-Ho. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Last dab. Appreciate you. Have a dope ass day. 4 grams in 1 hour.
Pop outside with that sauce spaghetti. Bad hoes in the telly. What the helly? I get bad hoes naked. Bad hoes give me Beckett. What the helly? Bad hoe call me daddy. I have fucking daddy. What the helly?
Today, what we're doing, set the timer for 1 hour and see how much we can smoke. This fool thought we couldn't smoke 1 jar in an hour. What up? We are gonna grab 2 jars and see if we can kill them in an hour. 4 grams, 1 hour, 2 grams, 2 grams. Then we're gonna go do the unrestricted, and then Exhibit invited us to his album release party.
I'm actually like hella prepared over
Not
here.
at all, actually. Look at this. Hold on. Lungs and lungs here too. It's 4 people. I honestly believe this is not enough hash. If we crush these 2, we'll add another one. But not like 35-minute music videos in a row. Like, pay attention. Not on your phone. Like, this is like a challenge.
I'm gonna fucking destroy you.
It's not a competition. 154. Set. Go.
I think you should have a dab on the dabber before you get rolling.
Yeah, we should have, but you fucked that up, man. Here, take this. Oh, we're gonna crush this. Where's the other rig? Let him take one at the same time too. Oh, let's start this. Let's start a timer. Start the timer over. Fuck this.
Hey.
No, timer start over.
But let them know we fucked up. Let them see. I'll pass it to you. Right? Go ahead, start.
Okay, 1, 2, Trey 57. Go.
I'm rich, so I can't see a bill being a problem. Every hood rat dream is to still be with a baller. At the table playing roulette with a blonde and a brunette. She chunky on my arm. I'm probably gonna need a 2X.
Sweating right now. Damn, that shit fucking hurt.
All right, switch jars.
In the middle of the night. You see the apple?
Bro, that looks crazy.
Eating an apple.
Like, where does he live? Oh my God, Thomas!
Sorry, Henry, you gotta cut that.
Henry, keep that in there, bro.
Damn.
This whole thing's scratched.
If I was on stage right now and said that,
oh, it would have killed
everybody
it.
Be like, oh.
Post on YouTube though. Wrecked. Hot moose, yeah.
Taking spicy dabs. I don't want anything to do with that.
Let's go.
There's no way we're gonna kill these jars.
What time are we at?
18 minutes in, dude. We've all taken 2 dabs. My throat scarred from top to bottom.
I'm gonna give you a super low 10 because this is no. All
right, we're at 21 minutes, guys. Not doing too good. I had all the confidence in the world, and now, none. I love the way that one hits. That nail's really cool. You know what I mean? I'm cool.
Oh wow. Still can't take that.
We just did.
It's a waste.
No, you're ripping it. No, you got it. You got it. You got it. Oh, John got high. You see his eyes? I haven't seen that in a minute. Oh, he got fucking wrecked right there. His eyes went out for a second.
See me rolling down the street. Police don't fuck with me. You can love it. You can leave it.
You can love it. You can live it. That's my dumb ass. I'm live on YouTube. Fuck. Yep, GG's YouTube. GG's. I was just playing music on here. It's cooked.
Hey, what's up YouTube? Dope as Yola here. Hope you're having a dope ass day. Welcome back to the channel. Guys, today I'm very excited to do this video. This is literally all the most exclusive stuff from when I was growing up or that I used to hear of. This is flavors from the 90s and 2000s. I'm probably wrong on the date, and I know a lot of growers are like, that's not from there. The lineage is from my uncle from Seattle. I'm all hyped up over here. You see this?
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Next, let's do yellow. For all you out there, though, this is not an insane name. They didn't make this up. This is an old school strain. I remember bagging up zips, not the zips that you seal, the zips that fold over and you lick closed. These are all throwing me back to being a child, to being a young person, not a child. I wasn't saying anyway. This strain right here, something near and dear to me I haven't seen in a long time. This is the green crack. If it's spiky looking and really lime green with frost all over, we're winning. THC 20.24, CBD 0.7, total cannabinoids 20.48, total terpenes 1.16, and primary terpene crack. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what it is. Ready? Let's go. The original green crack is Air Bloom Genetics, nearly 2 decades. This mango papaya funk flavored lime green flower. Like I said, there's the artwork for that. Just a stinky looking moon, smoldering. Let's smoke this. Let's see what this looks like. Super orange hairs, like overpowering the nug. Orange hairs, lime green, super big trichomes. Let's see what it smells like. Holy shit. Yeah, this is green crack, guys. Spongy? Spongy? Yep. Spongy. It's exactly like I remember. Let me cherry pick the best nug. Here we go. Hold on. All right, this is the green crack. I'm hyped. Look at this. Caked. Just ridiculous. Extremely caked. Stick that back. I bet you can. Yep. Here we go, guys. This is the green crack. Breaking up just like it. But does it smoke just like it? If The Rock tells you. That's how I felt right now. God, I'm over here breaking up sativa, just talking like The Rock. See, I told you guys.
Yeah.
It makes me all hyped up.
Yeah.
Turns me into Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Here we go.
I could have tried green crack, but I wasn't part of this smoke sesh. I've heard about it. My buddies in college talked about it. It was like, yo, green crack. He's like, green crack.
That was so bomb. That was everything I hope for. You're everything I wanted. Hello. It's Green Crack that I'm looking for. That was very nostalgic. I always said Green Crack was like Sprite, the way it looked. Very poppy and bright, and just the colors. You know how Sprite has those bubbles on the side? Hella. The Sprite from McDonald's has 1.5 million bubbles. That's what the trichomes look like on Green Crack because it's so bright. What did we learn today right now about Green Crack? I love it. It's back. And this is
Hey man, it's my bed.
You don't mind.
Hey,
right?
that's my bed, bro.
You don't mind, right? I just want to take a nap real quick.
No way, this stranger is just sleeping in my bed, bro.
He's itching his ankle.
I feel
he got too comfy, bro.
He all comfy.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty. I think I'm gonna end it there, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream right there, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate every single last one of you guys. Take care. God bless each and every single one of you. And always remember this. You matter in this world. You matter in this life. Don't take this life for granted. And don't let anybody tell you that you don't matter in this world. Okay? Take care.